In a world where games and reality merge, upon turning 18, anyone can change their class to professional. They enter dungeons, hunt monsters, level up, and gain power. 3 years ago, Su Qing, a crossover, shocked the entire capital when he awakened the only hidden profession, cultivator. He was directly recruited into the Supreme Academy, believing that his path to success would be wide open from then on. However, a harsh paradox quickly revealed itself: this profession could not hunt monsters and could not level up. By the time he graduated, he was still stuck at the refined Qi realm, struggling to escape the fate of a useless person. Fortunately, Su Qing possessed a golden finger, life simulation. By paying an energy cost, he could simulate the future, even bringing back cultivation, tools, and experience from that world. But during one simulation, a horrifying truth emerged. 15 years later, a foreign tribe launched a large-scale invasion, and the human clan was annihilated in an instant. Foreseeing this doom, Su Qing had no choice but to endure and quietly train himself. He began his journey of accumulating strength bit by bit, silently growing in the shadows, becoming a hidden powerhouse. All this was to prepare for the day he would confront the foreign tribe and change the fate of humanity. In front of Su Qing appeared a notification board. The life simulation machine is binding. Binding successful. Host Su Qing, age 21, profession, cultivator. He was shocked. What is this? It's been 3 years, do you know how I've lived in the past 3 years? Damn it, I thought I was a crossover person without a golden finger. That's right, he is Su Qing, a crossover individual. 3 years ago, he crossed over to this wonderful world. This world is unlike his previous one. The game has become reality: demon beasts, demon objects, secret realm dungeons, equipment props, endless tiers. Everyone can change their class to professional at the age of 18 and go eliminate monsters in dungeons to gain experience. 3 years ago, he awakened the only hidden profession, cultivator. This news caused a sensation throughout the capital at the time, and Su Qing was directly recruited into one of the top academies in the country, Capital Vocational University. But soon, he discovered a critical problem: he couldn't level up. 3 years have passed, and he is now a senior student. Su Qing has witnessed his classmates leveling up from bronze to silver rank, gold rank, and even higher. You are still a first-level Qi refining monk as before. However, Su Qing did not give up. Thanks to his relentless efforts, he finally reached the 6th level of body refinement, with the strength of 1,000 gold. It may sound very powerful, but his actual combat power is not even equal to a level 30 professional bronze. Su Qing was delighted, but now that I've finally reached today, I have my golden finger, no more talking, let's get to the main issue. He activated it and began to simulate. In the dormitory, Su Qing awakened his golden finger. He was very excited and started taking the girls out to hunt monsters every day, showcasing his prowess in the leveling team. After clearing dungeons, Su Qing received some white equipment and a great refinement reward. Among them was a shy junior who didn't have any money. She tried to pay in other ways. After a night of rain, he began to try to cultivate. He had found a legendary skill book called Pan Gu Heaven Opening Art. But after a month, his cultivation still showed no progress. Eventually, Su Qing realized that all the online immortal cultivation skills were scams. In his despair, he could only continue to train his physique. In addition to practicing, Su Qing often took his first-year juniors to level up. While earning money, he also had to maintain a certain distance in their interactions. However, the beautiful dream did not last long. 6 months later, that first-year girl broke through to the silver rank profession and lost contact with him. Su Qing was deeply affected. I thought that based on our friendship, there might be some feelings, but that was just a transaction. His self-esteem was hurt. But Su Qing transformed his pain and anger into strength. After 6 months of diligent training, he finally reached the 7th level of body refinement. Although he couldn't graduate, his reputation for great refinement was so impressive that new juniors admired him and came to him. Su Qing reaped significant rewards. In 3 years, he accumulated tens of millions in assets. 5 years later, he was expelled from the school. However, with the help of Yu Yan, Su Qing opened a store selling equipment for professionals. He quickly made a fortune and became a well-known equipment trader in the capital. But one day, Su Qing's parents told him that his younger sister, Nianan, had died. He felt as if struck by lightning. My sister, why did she suddenly die? 3 years later. The border war broke out, and your good brother Yu Yan also died. You were shocked, how could this be? Yu Fatty, known as the genius of Capital Vocational University, could not die like this. The feeling of crisis in Su Qing's heart exploded more than ever, and he decided to strive for cultivation. Su Qing spent a year and leveled up to the 9th stage of refined body. The sudden fluctuation in the market caused the price of recovery medicine to soar, but no one cared about his equipment. Su Qing closed his equipment shop and chose to return to his hometown. One day, while enjoying the cool air in the yard, he looked up and saw a giant beast appearing in the sky, blocking out the sun. In the eyes of the giant beast, the fear crushed everything of humanity. Countless characters had fought against that monster. The battle was extremely fierce, and he was at a disadvantage, so he was knocked away. What happened next? The giant beast opened its mouth and swallowed the entire Great Xia country. Su Qing died at the age of 36. The system reminded him, first-time free reward simulator, you can choose one of the following rewards, a holder of innate spiritual roots, 9th stage refined body cultivation. Su Qing was stunned by the massive data pouring in. Is the simulator over already? The notification displayed. Please choose a simulated reward, he analyzed carefully. The world will end in 15 years, and I just received the golden finger. If I keep running the simulation, there must be a way to break the deadlock. So, Su Qing decided, I choose the one who holds the spiritual roots. The light reflected on his face, and Su Qing felt, so this is what it feels like to have spiritual roots. I never expected that being different from ordinary people could lead to such a good thing. The simulator seemed to be powered by white equipment. If that's the case, then these things wouldn't be of any use. The reminder notification said, detected white equipment, the sharp dagger has successfully absorbed energy, receiving 5 energy points. Detected white equipment, the little princess's gloves have successfully absorbed energy, receiving 8 energy points. Just then, the door outside was pushed open by someone, and Yu Fatty cheerfully walked in and called out, Su old man, there are 6 freshman girls waiting for you outside the dorm. One of them is quite attractive, you really are quite the charmer. Su Qing replied, I know, they are looking for me to go level up in dungeons. I came home late at night, remember to save some food for me. As soon as I stepped outside, a beautiful girl started a conversation, hello, senior. You immediately announced, everyone knows the rules, right? The next dungeons will cost 2,000 yuan per person, and all the equipment and props will be mine. First-year girl Wang Qing Quan watched from a distance as you talked to the 2 juniors. She felt shy, 2,000 yuan. What should I do? Inside the dungeons of Shirley Slope, a fierce monster was charging at them. Su Qing knocked down the fat monster with a punch, sending it flying back. The 2 juniors behind admired, senior is so amazing. After receiving their share, they happily exclaimed, this is my part, thank you, senior. At that moment, Qing Quan approached, her sweet voice ringing out, brother, I'm a bit tight on cash right now, can I change the payment method? You coldly laughed, sure, follow me into the dark room. Inside that room, Su Qing sat on a chair, holding a small stick. Seeing the whip come down, Qing Quan couldn't contain her excitement. You pointed to the board and made her read, sister, it's not me who said this. Just follow my lead. Prosperity, democracy, civilization. Qing Quan forced a smile and read it back. Su Qing shouted the slogan of equality and freedom, for the female students who are about to join us, our main goal is to provide spiritual salvation. Freedom and equality, but you must not step onto the path of breaking the law and committing crimes, do you understand? The following week, Su Qing began to receive orders frantically. He entered the dungeons of Shirley Slope, crazily sweeping through monsters, his fists powered by extraordinary strength striking directly at the monsters' bellies. The group of female students flattered him, thank you, senior, you are amazing. He replied, thank you for your support, please place an order again next time. Returning home, looking at the stacks of money on the table, Su Qing secretly rejoiced, 200,000 great xia coins, finally enough. The system announced, consume 200 energy points, remaining energy is 1082 points. Remaining simulate attempts are countless. Starting simulate. Extracting white talent costs 100 energy points. Blue talent costs 1000 energy points. Do you want to extract? Consuming 100 energy points, remaining energy is 982 points. Proceeding with random talent extraction. Congratulations, you have received the white talent, Business Elite. Business Elite, your business vision surpasses that of ordinary people. When conducting transactions, you will earn money more easily than an average trader. Su Qing commented, although the Business Elite talent does not directly improve strength, it allows one to accumulate more wealth during the simulation, so it's not bad at all. The screen displayed, at the same time, while leveling up, Su Qing will introduce equipment and skills to new students. In the dormitory, he has a unique business vision and investment plans to make money. He said to them, this skill is buy one get one free, equipping this only costs 988, and once bought, you don't have to worry about fakes. The younger girls enthusiastically bought the items. Senior, I want one. Hey, I want one too. Although Su Qing was about to graduate and was still a retaking student on the 6th floor of Refined Body, he had already earned 30 million in just 1 year by buying low and selling high. He had started to monopolize the second-hand market on campus. In just 2 years, Su Qing had become a businessman with assets worth hundreds of millions. At the Tarot Club, he established a trading organization named the Tarot Club and opened a store in the capital. 2 years later, Su Qing was expelled from school. However, due to the rapid growth of his business, he became a target. When he encountered Qing Quan, Su Qing teased, "Why is a junior like you bothering me?" She pressed a dagger against his throat, threatening, "Senior, you have to join the mysterious organization with me, or I will have no choice but to kill you." Su Qing calmly asked, "What organization?" "But little sister, you still underestimate me." Then, he snapped his fingers, and immediately his bodyguards appeared from their hiding places. Qing Quan charged forward without hesitation, taking down each one skillfully. Her demeanor was particularly serious at that moment, no longer the spoiled and weak girl she used to be. He realized, "Junior, have you awakened to professional grandmaster rank already?" Currently, outside, the dormitory rooms were being sold. Su Qing pondered, even a genius like you fatty can only reach great master level, but Wang Qing Quan has somehow risen from bronze to grandmaster in just a short 5 years. There must be a significant secret behind this mysterious organization. Qing Quan said in a low voice, "Senior, you have helped me, so I don't want to kill you." She closed her eyes and silently made a resolution. Qing Quan had thrown down the dagger. Suddenly, she pulled the person opposite her closer and placed a kiss on their lips. The two of them went to the hotel to take action. Looking at the bloodstain on the bed, Su Qing was surprised. "Sister, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you." After that, he continuously inquired about that girl, but she had already died. How could a strong grandmaster like Qing Quan die so easily? It must be the work of that mysterious organization. I must find that organization and take revenge for Qing Quan. Su Qing began investigating the mysterious organization behind Qing Quan but found nothing. At the same time, he had never given up on searching for the skill of cultivating immortals. 2 years had passed, and Su Qing still hadn't discovered the skill of cultivating immortals, but his cultivation in refining his body had improved significantly, reaching the peak of body refinement. At his home, Su Qing reminded his sister, "Nianan, promise me you won't enter any dungeons this year." She looked puzzled. "Why not?" "But okay." He just sighed, showing his helplessness. The system reminded him, next year, Su Qing's sister will continue to undertake dungeon missions. She is dead. Su Qing was shocked. How could this be? The next information displayed, you started investigating your sister's death but found nothing. Finally, Su Qing managed to gather some information. Someone told him that his sister had died in a dungeon called Demon Suppressing Pass. Su Qing began to look into the Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, but found nothing. He suddenly remembered that his good friend Yu Yan had also died that year. Su Qing was shocked. "Did you fatty also die?" He focused intently on the next information. Su Qing felt that something was off and began to investigate the cause of Yu Yan's death. Just as he suspected, he discovered that Yu Yan had also died in the Demon Suppressing Pass. Not just him, most of Su Qing's classmates that year had also died in this dungeon. This dungeon is called Demon Suppressing Pass. It looks like a meat grinder, continuously devouring the lives of those around. He was curious, what exactly is this Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, that so many professionals have died there? Moreover, these professionals seem to have no reason not to go. I must enter the Demon Suppressing Pass dungeon, so I will continue to simulate. This year, Su Qing relied on his insight to quickly sell a large amount of low-level equipment and buy a lot of recovery medicine. He became a business tycoon in the low-level professional market in the capital. However, Su Qing could not let his guard down, as he knew that in 4 years, a disaster would sweep across the entire mainland. Su Qing began to plan for this disaster, hoping to use his wealth and power to inform some important people about it. He failed, and no one believed his news. Su Qing had no choice but to protect himself. He started selling a large amount of real estate and buying property overseas. 3 years later, Su Qing immigrated to the United States with his parents and tens of billions of dollars. The United States is also a powerful country, with countless high-level professionals across the ocean, tens of thousands of miles away. The professions here are very different from those in other countries, featuring unique professions such as vampires, werewolves, and Western cowboys. Another year passed, and finally, the year of the giant monster attack arrived. His heart was filled with determination, hoping to avoid the attack of the giant beast in the United States. On this day, a demon obscuring space and the sun appeared in the sky of the United States. Countless professionals leaped into the air, hoping to defeat the demon, but were only seeking their own deaths. Su Qing suspected, is it possible that the monster attacking the real world is not just one? Notification: the demon has initiated an endless curse causing all humans in the United States to die. Su Qing died at the age of 36, this simulation has ended. You can choose one of the following rewards. Business Elite Talent, costing 1000 energy points. Refined Body Great Perfection Cultivation, costing 500 energy points. You have chosen to extract Refined Body Great Perfection Cultivation from the simulation. Consumed 500 energy points, leaving 482 energy points. He snorted coldly upon realizing, with my current strength, I can only match a few newly promoted silver rank professionals. Although the business elite talent could bring me a lot of wealth in the simulator, it doesn't help me at all in reality. Moreover, cultivation refined body great perfection is real fighting, by then, I will be able to obtain more equipment. It can be converted into energy to conduct better simulations. The information panel displays everything about you. No skills, equipped with a long sword of green blood, sharp green armor, and green Qing Yun shoes. Su Qing wondered, is there really a way to avoid the catastrophe 15 years from now? Unless the human leaders also knew this news, but simply had no way to avoid it. Therefore, they concealed the news just to avoid causing public panic. Due to the special nature of his profession, his display panel is different from others. Others have levels, while he has cultivation, so he can only learn skills related to cultivating immortals. This number is much stronger than the average of a professional silver rank. However, there is still a significant gap, and he must continue to improve his strength. A week later, he was thinking of trying. 400,000 Great Xia coins should be enough for another simulation. Update notification, energy points 2082. Consumed 300 energy points, remaining energy 1782 points. Remaining simulation time is countless. Simulation starts. Extracting white talent costs 100 energy points. Extracting green talent costs 1000 energy points. Do you want to extract? Su Qing agreed, extract white talent. The screen displayed a message, congratulations, you have received white talent, die without closing eyes. He secretly rejoiced, that's great. Su Qing analyzed the notification, die without closing eyes, after death you can simulate for one more day. This skill may seem ordinary at first glance, but it could potentially hold greater value. Damn it, let's see who killed me. If used well, it might even extract important information from the enemy. Let's start simulating. The story continued. Thanks to his improved strength, within a year, Su Qing helped his sister level up and earn 20 million in a frenzy. He still hadn't forgotten Qing Quan, the old classmate he once met. In addition to accepting quests, Su Qing often helped her level up and shared spiritual chicken soup with her. One day, Qing Quan came to say, "I received an invitation from a mysterious organization." She put on a pitiful expression that made Su Qing's heart soften. He hugged her tightly and said, "Qing Quan, don't go." When he was alone in the room, Su Qing felt confused. How could this happen? Is it true that if I don't join that mysterious organization, I'll be forcibly taken away? Damn it! Some time later, Su Qing met Wang Qing Quan again, who had been missing, surprising him greatly. He stepped forward and asked, "Where have you been all these years? Are you doing well?" She shyly turned her head away, unable to face him. Su Qing closed his eyes tightly and then exclaimed, "It's okay, if you don't want to talk about it, we won't mention it anymore." He noticed something under the pillow. "What is this?" The book had the title, Chang Chun Technique. Su Qing was overjoyed as if he had found gold. So this is indeed the skill for cultivating immortals. This is great, my hopes for cultivating immortals are alive now. It's a pity it's only half a book. He began practicing day and night, but still wondered. Why? It's been a month, and my cultivation is still at the first level of refined qi. This won't do, I must find a way to break through. Su Qing did not give up. Besides taking care of his business, he devoted all his attention to this skill. Even when he was exhausted, he asked himself, could it be spiritual energy? That's right, spiritual roots, I have the skill. The only reason I can't cultivate is due to the lack of spiritual energy. But in this lifetime, there's no time left, I must go convince my sister and Yu Yan first. Su Qing decided to go save his sister. He returned to his hometown in the countryside and looked for his younger sister who had just graduated from university. The two had a peaceful and beautiful time together until someone came to see them. We come from the government department, and this time we are here to invite your sister, Nianen, to the demon-suppressing pass. He refused, no, I won't allow it. Nianen softly called, brother. Su Qing shouted, Nianen, I am your brother, you must listen to me. But suddenly, an unexpected situation left him stunned. Looking at the energy radiating around her, Su Qing was shocked, Grandmaster rank, when did she become that? Before leaving, Nianen promised, don't worry, brother, I am already at Grandmaster rank. The demon-suppressing pass is a dungeon that everyone must go through, I will be back in about a month. Remember to leave some fries for me. A month later, news of his sister's death came back. Su Qing tried to persuade Yu Yan once more but still failed. The fluctuations in the recovery drug remained unchanged, and he made a lot of money again. Su Qing knew he only had 4 years left, so he sold all his assets and devoted all his money and effort to searching for spiritual energy. He spent an entire year without achieving anything. One day, a mysterious person came to meet Su Qing. He warily asked, who are you? The stranger replied, do you want to talk to an ant about to be crushed to death? Su Qing understood the meaning behind his words, and his gaze became sharp. Caught off guard by the sudden attack, Su Qing thought, very fast. Silver rank? No, at least he has the strength of a gold rank. The kick was right in front of him, and he grasped the stranger's ankle tightly, so what if you're gold? My perfected body refinement has never fallen short in battle. The stranger was stunned, unable to believe it, what? Su Qing used his strength to throw the man far away. Dust rose thickly. He was on guard, is it over? However, the man had somehow circled behind Su Qing. He restrained him and mocked, above Grandmaster, huh? The opponent had murderous intent. Unfortunately, a bloody scene unfolded. He broke Su Qing's neck, and Su Qing died. Su Qing activated his innate ability, die without closing eyes. A notification appeared, you have activated the innate ability die without closing eyes. Su Qing exclaimed, I really want to see how you plan to kill me. He witnessed the entire process. The mysterious person has taken the Chang Chun technique that Qing Quan gifted to me. Perhaps he is also a member of the mysterious organization. This guy looked at the Chang Chun technique in his hand with interest. He killed me with one strike, truly an eyesore. The fate of Su Qing is, you have lost your eyes, die without closing eyes becomes ineffective. This simulation has come to an end. After watching, I was furious. Just wait for me, I will crush your dog head sooner or later. The system suggested, die without closing eyes is a white talent skill, priced at 1,000 energy points. Su Qing was astonished. Is it possible not to survive until the apocalypse? I was killed by a mysterious person. A new notification appeared, selling the Changchun technique skill, rental price 3,000 energy points. The skill for cultivating immortals, wood attribute, commonly seen, can extend lifespan and increase the absorption rate of spiritual energy. Changchun technique costs 3,000 points. Spending hundreds of thousands to buy white equipment, then converting it into energy could also make it possible to purchase. But if I already have die without closing eyes, I will be able to know what happens after the apocalypse, and who caused this catastrophe. The next simulation of Changchun technique can be scanned, but if I skip die without closing eyes, I don't know when I will encounter it again. System update. You chose to bring the talent die without closing eyes from the simulate. Consumed 1,000 energy points, remaining 782 energy points. Su Qing knew, I must take advantage of the time to earn money. Next time in the simulate, I will definitely bring back the Changchun technique to continue earning money for development. Luckily, I have many female subordinates. On the day of preparing to enter the dungeons, he asked his subordinates, do you understand the rules? One girl replied, I finished preparing a long time ago. Senior, you are so cool. Su Qing calculated, an average white equipment can be exchanged for 5 energy points, and the cheapest white equipment costs at least 1,000 to 2,000 coins. In other words, I must earn at least that much. Seeing him punch away the fierce beasts, the group of subordinates admired him greatly. Senior, you are amazing, you won again. They clung to Su Qing, begging, Senior, Senior, I want to too. Meanwhile, he tried to force a smile. Su Qing trembled all over. With one worship, I earned up to 700,000 great xia coins, 600 white equipment. I am indeed impressive. Let's go, for great xia, for my friends and family, I must step onto the path of cultivating immortals. His eyes sparkled with determination. The notification read, congratulations, you have drawn the white talent, calm and peaceful. No matter how turbulent your heart may be, on the outside, you still appear calm. The common term, stiff face. Su Qing cursed, damn it, stiff-faced again, truly the old thief Sima, the cold-faced emperor. Refund it right now for me. The system ignored the host's cries for rights. In the next year, every day you will lead female subordinates into dungeons to level up and fight monsters. Seeing the white thighs and stunning figures of the female subordinates, you felt high as a pangolin, but on the outside, you remained unfazed, maintaining the demeanor of a gentleman. During one dungeon grind, Qin Quan also called out, Senior, I. Su Qing reminded himself, I can't disturb the progress of the previous simulation, I should maintain a deliberate distance from Qin Quan. Similar to a few previous simulations, Qin Quan received an invitation from a mysterious organization. Your advice was unsuccessful, and that night you tested out new knowledge. Su Qing's face turned red when he saw that simulation. Qin Quan lay underneath, seductively calling, Senior. The information continued to display. The next day, Qin Quan dropped out of school. A year later. You couldn't graduate due to insufficient ability. You left school, established a tarot club, and continued your business selling second-hand equipment, waiting for Qin Quan to come to you. One day, Qin Quan indeed came to your door looking for you. After spending a night together, she left behind the Changchun technique. The two of you had a passionate night, and the Changchun technique absorbed power, but Su Qing felt frustrated because, like last time, I still can't cultivate, I should continue searching for the whereabouts of spiritual energy. The story continues. For a year, you couldn't stop your younger sister from going to the demon-suppressing pass dungeons. A month later, you received news of your sister's death. A year later, Yu Yan also passed away. During this year, you invested all your capital into the pharmaceutical industry, planning to earn enough money to migrate to the United States, escaping from that unreasonable mysterious figure. At that time, Su Qing received a call with news. What? You've gathered information related to spiritual energy? The other side reported, yes, "Boss, there is a strong grandmaster in Jinling City, Jiangnan Province, and she has a valuable artifact called spirit stones. You were delighted, great, prepare a gift for me immediately. I will go there right away." Su Qing drove away from home at night, his face showing an unmistakable joy. Su Qing exclaimed, "Great, that person has agreed to meet me. As long as I get the spirit stones, these treasures are nothing." However, before the transaction, the mysterious person had found a friend. Su Qing did not expect to encounter him at this crucial moment. "You are dead, Sunflower 33 years old. Your eyes have been crushed, and the talent, die without closing eyes is no longer effective." Reading this information, Su Qing was so angry that he raised his middle finger. A notification displayed, "This simulation has ended. You can choose a reward from the options below, calm and peaceful talent, sell the Changchun technique skill set." He already had an answer, "I choose the Changchun technique." The system reminded him, "You chose to sell the Changchun technique set from the simulation, consuming 3,000 energy points, leaving 182 energy points remaining. The Changchun technique, the signature skill of the Changchun sect in the Qin-Yun world. This skill has a total of 6 levels, the highest being Return to Void, but since this skill has lost half of its effectiveness, it can only be cultivated to the golden elixir level at most. The Changchun technique absorbs the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, nurtures the self, effectively prolongs life, and eternally retains youth." Su Qing picked up the Changchun technique and skimmed through it. In the first stage, everything flourishes, waking up in the morning and taking a stroll in the yard refreshes the spirit. In the second stage, the harmony between heaven and earth is much more reliable than the 3-year time scroll, teaching you from cultivating immortals to entering the ground, which I had purchased a long time ago. He entered the cultivation process, closing his eyes and sensing the aura circulating within his body. A stream of energy surrounded Su Qing. He looked at the mass of energy in his palm with satisfaction. This skill effectively prolongs life and eternally retains youth. It's just a pity that in 15 years, the apocalypse will come, and prolonging life won't matter. Having the skill and a clue about spirit stones, if I simulate once more, I might be able to obtain that spirit stone. Once I have the spirit stones, I can officially embark on the path of cultivating immortals. But I have no idea about the true value of spirit stones, or how much energy is really needed. Before simulating again, I must accumulate enough energy first. However, my balance is just over 800,000, so I can only exchange for 4,000 energy points if I can't withdraw the spirit stones." Just as Yu Yan ran in calling, "Su Qing, Lu old man is looking for you." He reminded him. "You fatty, can you be a little quieter? This door will eventually be kicked down by you." He awkwardly scratched his head. "Next time, I will definitely pay attention." Su Qing's eyes lit up as if he had seen a fortune god. "By the way, you came at the right time. You fatty, quickly lend me some money." Yu Yan replied sulkily. "Recently, the economic situation has been tough, and I don't have much money left." Su Qing responded. "Just tell me how much you can lend." He handed Su Qing his bank card. "There's only 500,000 left, so spend it wisely. The password is my birthday." Su Qing felt very touched. "You fatty." He interrupted. "Su old man, no need to say such strange things. 100,000 is nothing to me, who told you to be my good brother?" Su Qing's words felt like a cold bucket of water poured over him. "Actually, I wanted to ask when your birthday is." Yu Yan felt immense regret. "Damn it, pay me back right now." Seeing him fuming with anger, Su Qing ran away immediately. "Just kidding, I'm going to find Lu Xiaodong first." Now Su Qing was already in Xiaodong's room. "You got straight to the point, Lu teacher, is there something you wanted to talk to me about?" He asked, "Su Qing, how has your cultivation been lately? Have you leveled up?" Su Qing looked helpless. "No, it's still the same. However, I will cultivate very quickly and strive to break through to silver soon." Xiaodong kept reminding, "Su Qing, you know, our academy has a test pass rate and an employment rate, based on your current cultivation." He thought to himself, indeed, it's about this. Then he spoke up, "So, Lu teacher, what you mean is? I hope you can be straightforward." Xiaodong did not beat around the bush. I hope you will voluntarily drop out, as it would be better for both you and the reputation of the school. Su Qing thought to himself, this is good for everyone, but it's probably just good for the achievements of the homeroom teacher like you, right? Capital Vocational University has never had a precedent for advising students to drop out. I won't fall for an old trick like yours. So he smiled brightly and replied, Lu teacher, I have never thought about voluntarily dropping out. After all, the situation at the school is quite good for me. Su Qing knew, after all, the resources from the younger female students are abundant. Xiao Dong made a condition, Su Qing, I know it's very difficult for you right now. Just like that, as long as you take the initiative to drop out, I am willing to represent the academy and offer you a compensation of 500,000 great xia coins. What do you think? He appeared surprised, this. The man became more enthusiastic as he spoke, in addition, I can also help you find a job. My security team at the apartment complex is currently short-staffed, and based on your abilities, you could definitely give it a try. Recalling that time, Xiao Dong had once knelt down and begged, as long as you are willing to be my student, I promise to give you 3 million. He still held a grudge about this, you haven't given me the 3 million you promised when I enrolled, and now you're using a gatekeeping position to humiliate me. Su Qing skillfully declined, Lu teacher, thank you for your concern. At the moment, I have no intention of dropping out, this place is quite suitable for my training. Xiao Dong reminded, Su Qing, you are no longer the genius you were 3 years ago. You are completely a burden in our academy. Should Capital Vocational University lose face because of a parasite like you? Is your conscience still intact? He was not embarrassed at all, yes, I understand. I will definitely work harder to be worthy of the academy's nurturing. Teacher Lu, they want to kick me out for 500,000, but my good brother gave me 5 million. Xiao Dong felt humiliated and was speechless, saying, me. Just then, a notification popped up on his phone, 4,000 white equipment items you ordered are about to be shipped. He was overjoyed, once the equipment arrives, I can proceed with the next simulation. A week later, when he pressed the start button for the simulation, Su Qing was determined, this time, I must bring out the spirit stones. The notification displayed, congratulations, you have received a white talent. You have become bald, but not stronger. You experience early hair loss, and your hair falls out more easily than others your age. However, your bald appearance resembles that of a high monk in a temple, making it easier for others to trust and feel favorable towards you. Su Qing instinctively reached up to pat his head, I still have hair, I'm not bald. But when he ran his hand down and felt a handful of hair, he felt a chill in his heart. Holding his patchy head, Su Qing screamed, my hair, what kind of weird talent is this? A series of advertisements popped up, moisturizing, preventing hair loss, strengthening hair, and protecting hair roots, including the king of hair loss prevention, minoxidil, along with black sesame powder. Sparse hair affects your beauty value. You lack opportunities to interact with the new female students. Looking at his bald head in the mirror, Su Qing couldn't help but cry, might as well shave it all off. For some reason, after becoming bald, he found himself enjoying using his fists to crush monsters in dungeons even more. Moreover, because of this, his physical strength was very strong, with just one blow, he could kill a monster. I never expected this bald head would actually be more attractive than before. In a year, he had earned 30 million through grinding, and he even had a nickname. His nickname at school was, One Punch Superman. Simulate transition. Fortunately, Qing Quan doesn't mind you at all and still plans to sell you the Changchun technique one day. Su Qing replied, I don't need this skill set, I hope you can help me find the next part. As in previous times, Qing Quan dropped out again. To avoid affecting the search for the Changchun technique, he silently acknowledged his previous choice. But it seemed like the simulator knew his thoughts. Su Qing speculated, could it be that my thoughts in reality can be timely reflected in the simulator? The fate of Qing Quan, his younger sister Yu Yan, and the matter of dropping out was definitely similar to his past life. Let's continue watching then. The simulation continues. After Nianan and Yu Yan left, based on your gentle appearance, you thrived in the business world. At the same time, you always exploited your Tarot Association's influence to search for the whereabouts of spirit stones. Su Qing ordered his subordinates, as soon as you get any clues related to spirit stones, report immediately. One day, an employee came to report, "Boss, we found out that a strong Grandmaster rank in Jinling City possesses a treasure called Spirit Stones." Su Qing exclaimed, "Great, I've finally waited for this day." He was anxious in the present. "It's here, right here. This time, I won't accept the Chang Chun technique from Qing Quan, that mysterious person won't come to bother me anymore. The Spirit Stones are crucial for my ability to cultivate immortals. Finally, I can meet this strong Grandmaster smoothly." A female employee handed him a cup of tea. "Sir, please enjoy your tea, the Lord will be here shortly." Just then, someone came looking for him. "You must be Su Qing." She introduced herself, "I am Jin Song Shui. It seems Mr. Su has some research on Buddhism." Su Qing smiled awkwardly, rubbing his bald head, "I understand a little." 7 days later, the simulation continues to transition, activating innate skill. Song Shui knows the Buddha, believes in the Buddha, and has a good impression of his friend. They have become friends, and there is nothing they cannot talk about. He is especially delighted, so this skill is used like this. Song Shui presented a box. "I have a total of 3 spirit stones in my hand, worth 300 million on the market." Su Qing immediately replied, "I will buy them all." She continued, "We are friends, so I will sell them to you at a friendly price of 30 million. He responded, "Then thank you very much." After that, Su Qing entered the cultivation process. When the cultivation was over, he opened his eyes, his expression serious. Su Qing calmly thought, "Half a spirit stone was enough for me to break through to the second level of the refined Qi realm. It truly is a good item. I will keep the other 2.5 for future refinement." He was now bright-eyed, with spiritual roots, spirit stones, and skills all in place. "This time when the simulation ends, I can officially step onto the path of cultivating immortals." Song Shui thoughtfully brought a tray of food in from outside. "You have been in seclusion for 3 days, do you want to eat something?" Su Qing replied, "Sure, just in time, I have something I want to ask you about." She revealed, "Are you talking about those spirit stones? I took them from a dungeon called Qin Yun Spiritual Field. Aside from spirit stones, I also got a bag of spirit rice, which is what you are eating now." Su Qing was astonished, "So this is actually spirit rice." He only realized it now. It turns out there are dungeons related to cultivating immortals. With dungeons, I can freely collect spirit stones. Inside the simulation, Su Qing quickly asked, "Where are the dungeons?" Song Shui revealed, "It's a time-limited dungeon. In November 2023, I accidentally discovered this in the west of Jinling City. The dungeon only exists for 7 days." He currently stroked his chin in contemplation. 2023. Isn't that this year? Today is October 7th, 2023, which means the Qin Yun spiritual field hasn't opened yet, and I still have a chance to enter this dungeon. She said in frustration, "The old NPC in the dungeon told me I don't have the talent for cultivating immortals, otherwise, I could have received more opportunities." Su Qing was shocked. Talent for cultivating immortals. He felt fortune smiling upon him. "I have it." After finishing the simulation, Su Qing understood. It seems that spirit stones in the cultivating immortals dungeons are secondary, what's important is the opportunities. He continued to press the button to view the new simulation. Let's see more first. The harvest from this simulation is very large. The image of Su Qing's simulate appeared. After obtaining spirit stones, you practiced more and more, and your skills became increasingly proficient. Just as you were feeling pleased, Song Shui came to say goodbye to you. Su Qing simulate asked, "Are you leaving? Going to Demon Suppressing Pass?" She replied, "The pressure at the front line is getting greater every day. As a strong Grandmaster rank, I must go there." Su Qing simulate couldn't understand why all his friends and family wanted to go to Demon Suppressing Pass. He stopped her. "No, you must tell me where exactly is this Demon Suppressing Pass." Song Shui looked a bit troubled. Actually, it's fine to tell you." The system announced, activating innate skill, your panicked bald appearance increases Song Shui's favorability. She explained, Demon Suppressing Pass is the lifeline of the human clan. The human clan has extremely strong enemies, and the situation at Demon Suppressing Pass right now is not optimistic. Su Qing simulate was anxious. What exactly is the enemy? Song Shui shook her head, refusing, "I can't say any more. I will ask someone else to look after the tarot club. You can stay here for now, and we will meet again later. 1 month later, you attended the funeral of Song Shui. You felt neither happy nor sad, only wanting to do your best to improve your own strength. You picked up the phone and called, "Secretary Liu, how much assets do I have left now?" The secretary reported, "About 5 billion. Su Qing decided, "Sell everything." She was astonished by this news. Everything? You had converted all of it into physical training equipment. The simulation continued. You left the small house that Song Shui built for you and returned to your old home. You planned to use the physical training equipment you acquired to break through to the second level of the body refining bone forging realm. You wondered, it's been 3 years, the cultivation of body refining is increasing, why does the bone forging realm still feel lacking? Suddenly, a demon beast appeared from behind. You remained calm, so this day has finally come. Its mouth, with sharp teeth, opened wide. Su Qing in the simulation only needed to use one finger to block it. I will eventually eat you back. Facing the demon beast, your figure seemed extremely small. At this moment, the simulation displayed, you have activated your talent, die without closing eyes. Seeing this, you were shocked in the present. This is. Su Qing, in the simulation, was astonished when swallowed inside the belly of the giant beast. The people inside panicked and ran away from the mass of slime. This is stomach acid, it's corrosive. Everyone run, save yourselves. Anyone touched by that slime was completely corroded. Even Su Qing's simulation was corroded. Your eyes have been partially digested by the giant beast. The talent, die without closing eyes, is no longer effective. He was now sweating in fear. There are still people inside the belly of the giant beast who haven't died, and they are being corroded alive. It's terrifying. The system reminded him, you can choose a reward from the following options. You have been robbed but are not stronger than the talent, 1000 energy points. Sell the bone forging realm cultivation, 500 energy points. Refine Qi realm second tier cultivation, 100 energy points. 2.5 spirit stones as props, 2500 energy points. He regained his composure and exclaimed, I did it. I brought the spirit stones out here. They are surprisingly cheap. Calculating like this, 1 spirit stone costs about 1000 energy points. The system presented an option. Checking shows that 1 low-grade spirit stone can be recovered for 100 energy points. Do you want to recover it? Su Qing was furious. Are you kidding me? Selling for 1000 and recovering for 100, this scammer. He heartbrokenly pressed the yes button. I wish there were no merchants in this world buying used goods for profit. Next, Su Qing entered the cultivation process. After a while, he looked at the remaining spirit stones, less than 1/5. It seems that 1 spirit stone is at least enough for me to cultivate for half a month. As for these 2 stones, there's no rush, I need to use them to test my hypothesis. Next, I must work hard to clear dungeons to earn money. I must definitely simulate a few more times and gather more spirit stones before the Qingyun spiritual field opens. After a week, Su Qing's body seemed withered. I really feel completely drained. However, this time I earned over 500,000, enough to simulate now. He continued to press the button to see the simulation. Come on, start simulating. Su Qing was anxious. I don't even know if my judgment about the spirit stones is correct. Forget it, I should just continue to simulate. The screen displayed, simulation starting. You have drawn a white talent, gym expert. You have a talent for refining your body that is better than average people. He was astonished. Gym expert. A talent in refining the body? Looking at the spirit stone in his palm, Su Qing curiously simulated, why am I holding half a spirit stone? Since I'm here, I should cultivate first. Simulate scene transition. In the following month, during the day, you take the girls out to earn money, absorbing the spiritual energy of spirit stones in your free time. Your cultivation has skyrocketed to the 4th level of Qi refinement. You receive an urgent call. Quick, book a train ticket to Jinling, the Qingyun dungeon is about to open. Pulling your suitcase to the train station, Su Qing remembers Song Shui saying, the dungeons are located in a park at the west gate of Jinling City, so it should be very close. Where is it? Where is it? Am I really unable to find it on my own? Should I look for it with Song Shui? A voice comes from behind, can you move aside? Su Qing turns around to look, who is this? It is Song Shui, now in her 30s. You have to admit, Song Shui was indeed cold and aloof 7 years ago. This dungeon is likely one that only Song Shui can find, I must follow her. In the blink of an eye, she has disappeared from sight. Where did she go? I clearly just saw her heading this way. While Su Qing is looking around, Song Shui approaches from behind. She presses her sword to the opponent's neck, why are you following me? You are startled, excuse me, are you Song Shui? Is it really Jean Sr.? I once saw you on the honor roll at school. Song Shui guessed her identity, you are a student of Capital Vocational University. Su Qing tried to be friendly, yes, Senior, my name is Su Qing. Recently, I have had a problem with Buddhism that I still don't understand. I didn't expect to meet you here. Is this the connection from 3 lifetimes that the Buddha talked about? Song Shui sheathed her sword, so you want to ask a question, right? She blushed and reminded her, go ahead and ask. Su Qing asked an age-old question, excuse me, Senior, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Upon hearing this, she was stunned, this. Inside, she was delighted, this junior seems to really understand Buddhist teachings, asking the very first question from the 10 great difficult questions of Buddhism right away. Song Shui walked ahead and said, we will discuss this question slowly on our way. I see that you also want to go to Jinling City, right? He chased after her from behind, Senior, are you saying I can follow you? She admitted without hesitation, that's right. The two of them entered the new dungeons together. He was shocked when he saw the scenery here, this is the temporary dungeons of the Qingyun spiritual field. The spiritual energy here is indeed very dense. The person here is definitely a monk. While exploring the dungeons, Su Qing discovered, sister, there is a thatched house ahead. Song Shui stepped forward, your cultivation level is really too low, for safety's sake, let me knock on the door. She gently tapped on the wooden door and politely opened it, is anyone there? Spiritual energy emanated strongly from within, and an old man appeared, this place is the secret realm of the immortals, those without deep fortunes cannot enter. You two are indeed lucky. Su Qing commented, sister, this old man says we are lucky, that really is good. The old man continued, do not be careless, I have 2 plots of spiritual fields that need your help to tend. If the spirit valley grows well under your care, I can grant you both an opportunity. Song Shui caught the immortal tool thrown out, tending to the spiritual field. He curiously asked, is this just a hoe? Does it have any other abilities? The old man reminded, I wish you both good luck with your task, I will come to check the results in 7 days. The door slammed shut, and she worried, oh no, I've never even seen normal grains, how am I supposed to tend to this spirit valley? Su Qing bent down to roll up her pants. Sister, before going to the fields, you must roll up your pants, otherwise, your clothes will get dirty. Song Shui asked hopefully, do you know how to farm? He revealed, I can't hide it any longer, both my parents are farmers, and I've been working in the fields since I was little. She placed her full trust in him, saying, I hope you can help me. Once the task is successful, I will definitely reward you. Su Qing replied with a bright smile, it's no trouble at all, you're being too polite, sister. Scene change, under your care, the spirit valley grows quickly. Song Shui's attitude towards you has also improved as a result. While overseeing the spiritual field, you discover that spiritual energy can enter the spiritual field to promote the growth of living beings, especially your wood attribute skill, Chang Chun technique, which is very effective for this type of spiritual field. Sitting in meditation, Su Qing felt, the spiritual energy here is so abundant, I must practice diligently and strive to channel the spiritual energy into the spirit valley. As the spiritual field gradually became lush and green, he felt very satisfied. All my hard work every day has paid off, I've reached the 5th level of Qi refinement. That's great. The old man arrived as scheduled, 7 days have passed, let me see the results of your supervision. The old man nodded in approval, very good, you are able to manage well like this. The old man handed a bag to Song Shui, your spiritual field is also well taken care of, this is your reward. She received it, thank you, Venerable One. He was currently calculating the number of spirit stones and a bag of spirit rice. It seemed that this time, with his help, her reward had been upgraded, and he would be able to bring out many spirit stones from the simulation. Seeing Song Shui disappear right before his eyes, Su Qing simulated anxiously, "Senior sister." The old man reassured, "Don't be anxious, I am just taking her out of the dungeons." Surrounded by a wave of spiritual energy, the old man reminded, "Now, place your hands here." Both of them were supporting a sphere, inside which were 5 elements of spiritual roots in various colors. The old man checked it, 5 elements mixed spiritual roots. Although there is talent for cultivation, there is no hope for immortality. Su Qing bowed, "Please accept me as your disciple, sir." The old man replied, "With your talent, even if I accept you, it would not make much difference." He asked, "Then what kind of talent is needed to qualify as your disciple?" The old man revealed, "Well, at least dual spiritual roots." Su Qing pondered over this requirement, dual spiritual roots. He currently knows that his spiritual roots are just a white talent, and if his talent isn't good, it's just ordinary. It seems that to seize the opportunities this time, he must definitely extract the green spiritual roots. The old man handed Su Qing a bag. Inside are 30 spirit stones and 30 pounds of spirit rice. Work hard in your cultivation, don't be lazy just because of your ordinary talent. He clasped his hands in gratitude, "Thank you, Venerable One." The Venerable One waved his hand casually and left. The system displayed, "Simulation continues." 2 years later, Nianan joined the army and died. 3 years later, Yu Yan joined the army. Clearly, Su Qing could not save him. You were helpless in the market fluctuations a year later, but you earned a large sum, with your worth surpassing 10 billion. And finally, you found Jin Song Shui. He asked, "Song Shui, I want to buy the spirit stones you have, no matter the price, just name it." She decisively refused, "No need for money." However, she had a condition, "But I have one requirement." Su Qing gasped when someone pinned him down, "Sister." The wet scene unfolded in the simulation. A month later, the job was done. Song Shui spoke up when she saw Su Qing, who looked like a dried corpse, saying, "Then I will have no regrets anymore." Song Shui was reassigned. A month later, the news of her death was reported. For more years passed, and that giant beast that blotted out the sky appeared once again. "You have died, at the age of 36. This simulation has ended, please choose your reward." Su Qing was not too surprised. "This time there is no practical spirit rice, it seems I cannot break through the bone forging realm. It looks like I will have to stock up on some spirit rice later. First, I'll take the spirit stones, which are worth 40,000 points. The most I can exchange for with all the money I have is only 2,000 energy points, which is still a huge shortfall. No, I need to find my brothers to borrow some money." He went to a familiar place. "Hey, fatty, can you hear me?" He replied, "I can hear you. I was just about to head to the dungeons. You scared me there, what do you want?" Su Qing hesitated, "Well, my brother, I've been having some financial difficulties lately, could you lend me some money?" Yu Yan smiled brightly and asked, "How much?" As soon as he mentioned the amount, 100 million. Yu Yan just wanted to curse, "Damn it, do you think I'm an ATM? 100 million. Why don't you go dream? The most I can lend you is 50 million, not a penny more." In just a moment, Su Qing received a notification on his account, "Face powder received 50 million. He replied, "Thank you, my brother. Adding the 5 million that you fatty lent me before, I now have a total of 55 million. Let's set aside 50,000 for white equipment first." In reality, the Qing Yun spiritual field will open next month, which means I still have 4 opportunities to simulate. I must take advantage of this chance to stock up on spirit stones and spirit rice, only then will I have a chance to get that old man to accept me as his disciple. A week later, he eagerly opened the system. "Here we go, the moment to test whether my luck is black or white has arrived." Su Qing pressed the button to draw a green talent. The system displayed, "Congratulations host, you have drawn a green talent, live to be 100 years old." He just wanted to curse, "What does a cultivator like me want to live to be 100 for? Are you wishing for me to die young?" The update notification for the simulation ended. Su Qing looked at the items in his hand with disappointment. "This time I got an additional 10 spirit stones, so it's not a loss. A week later, in front of the notice board, Su Qing sincerely prayed, "Great deity system above. Please let me draw the green quality spiritual roots." The system displayed, "Congratulations host, you have drawn the green quality talent, sword Dao genius." He was so enraged, "Damn it, I'm not even a swordsman, why set a meat table for a monk?" Simulate ended, Su Qing continued to choose the treasure bag, "This time I'll choose spirit rice." Next time, he sincerely prayed, "Blessed by the profound sovereign of heaven and earth, may I draw the green quality spiritual roots." Start simulate. Looking at that result, he was desperate, "Congratulations host, you have drawn the green quality talent, face like pouring joy." At this moment, Su Qing just wanted to throw this system away. What kind of trash talent is this? I'm not even going to be a star, what good is being handsome? Face like pouring joy, your appearance in the eyes of others will be exceptionally outstanding, your charm towards the opposite sex will soar, even the system cannot help but be moved. Beautiful, truly beautiful. Seeing the system's shy red display, Su Qing felt goosebumps. "You have thick eyebrows and big eyes like this system, and you." Continuing to simulate, he now had thick eyebrows and sparkling big eyes. Even Su Qing had to be enamored with himself, "Is this still me? Damn, I'm so handsome." In the secret realm, you are still enthusiastically fighting monsters. Su Qing reminds everyone, be alert. Under no circumstances should you let the eyes of the demon beasts shine on you. If you do, you must quickly stab its eyes. The younger ones are fascinated by your appearance, saying, "Yes, senior." The demon beasts are incredibly cool, oh no, their eyes are the weakness of the demon beasts. Su Qing sighs, "Wake up, you guys, we are fighting in dungeons, not on a date." Qing Quan hides behind a rock, calling out, "Senior. You interrupt, if I remember correctly, this is the 278th time I've caught you peeking at me, right?" Su Qing holds up a mirror and looks at himself, "Am I really that handsome?" The mirror shines as if to display a huge yes. Your presence has attracted the attention of many. The girls, infatuated, plead with the senior, "Please take us to the dungeons." Even the manager from the media company comes looking for Su Qing, "Do you want to be a star? Tianxing Entertainment welcomes you. Hey handsome, don't you want to avoid struggling for 20 years? Su Qing quickly runs away, "I have things to do, I'm not going with you anymore." He hides in his room, locking the door, leaving behind the calls from outside, classmate Su Qing. "Hey, handsome, please consider it," Su Qing said helplessly. "In recent years, being good-looking has not been easy. Maybe you should stay indoors and focus on your cultivation in the dormitory for a while." The simulation continued. On November 18, 2023, in the new era, you entered Jinling City. According to the plan, you met Song Shui. She proactively greeted, "Meeting is fate, why not have a drink together?" This time, he was truly angry, "If I had known it would be this easy to talk, I wouldn't have memorized those difficult Buddhist topics." Just then, an elder came over and said, "Your appearance is indeed outstanding." Su Qing was shocked, "What's going on? Even you?" The simulation system continued. "Your beauty has stirred the old man. He originally wanted to take you as a disciple. Unfortunately, your talent is too lacking, so he can only give you a few spirit stones, hoping that your extraordinary looks can remain in this world a little longer." He helplessly held his forehead and sighed, "It's truly hopeless that the world only values appearances." Update notification, this simulation has ended. You can choose a reward from the following options: Heavenly Gifted Face Like Pouring Joy, Second Level Foundation Establishment Cultivation. 105 Spirit Stones as props. Su Qing was speechless, this system with big eyes, you. The system had made its decision, your appearance fascinates the system, so the system has decided to grant you an additional chance to use Face Like Pouring Joy. He didn't even bother to be angry anymore, getting a free green talent isn't bad. With this talent, next time I can definitely draw dual spiritual roots. Su Qing had a new choice, this time I choose spirit stones. A week later, he used the talent Face Like Pouring Joy once. At this moment, Su Qing looked incredibly handsome. He used his looks to charm the system, "Let me draw the green talent of spiritual roots. You wouldn't want me to fall on the path to immortality, right?" Su Qing blew it a kiss, "System, I'm begging you." This time he was very confident about drawing the green talent. The system granted his wish. Congratulations, you have drawn the green talent, Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots. The Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots green talent. Your cultivation talent far exceeds that of ordinary people. You are no longer at the lowest level of 5-element mixed spiritual roots. You now have Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots, allowing you to cultivate Dual Wood Fire Element skills. Su Qing was overjoyed. Finally, it's here. The green quality, belonging to the wood and fire attributes, has a spiritual origin. The simulation process is beginning. He looked at the green talent in his hand with satisfaction. It only took a day to absorb a spirit stone. Indeed, cultivating immortals relies on talent. The simulation process continues. You spent a week cultivating to the refined chi stage, level 5, and the spiritual energy in your body is even more abundant. You followed the plan and met Song Shui again. You and Song Shui once more received a mission from the old man. After the mission ended, you were kept behind alone. The old man assessed, your talent is extraordinary, with hope of stepping onto the path of cultivating immortals. Your wood attribute is very suitable for taking care of the spiritual field, and your fire attribute has the opportunity to step onto the path of refining pills. Su Qing then pleaded, please, Venerable One, accept me as your disciple. The old man hesitated, you started on the path of cultivating immortals too late, having missed the best age for it. He was curious, may I ask, Venerable One, if I were to cultivate normally, what realm should I be in now? The Venerable One replied, at least in the golden elixir cultivation. From this, Su Qing deduced, that means if I want to successfully become a disciple, I must reach golden elixir cultivation when the dungeons of Qing Yun's spiritual field are opened. You continue your training. Venerable One Inch says that you must infuse spiritual energy into the jade slip to view its contents. Seeing the scroll, Su Qing is overjoyed. This is a new skill. I must diligently train before the apocalypse. Continuing the simulation, over 6 years, you gain some insights into the agriculture's God Spirit nurturing technique, learning how to cultivate the Spirit Valley and harvesting 1,000 pounds of third-grade spirit rice. After eating the spirit rice, your cultivation refines your body, successfully breaking through to the bone-forging realm. In the simulation, Su Qing excitedly brings a bag of goods. Song Shui, this is the spirit rice I grew, I want to exchange it for 20 spirit stones you have. She leans over you, seductively saying, then I will be relying on you for the next month. Su Qing feels suspicious as she notices everything growing dim. Why is it so dark? Seeing a monster with sharp teeth before him, you quickly sit up. Damn it, it's here again. The system displays, you can choose a reward from the following options. Spiritual Roots Dual Wood Fire Element Talent, priced at 10,000 energy points. Foundation Establishment Realm Level 3 Cultivation, priced at 2,700 energy points. Bone Forging Realm Level 7 Cultivation, priced at 75,500 energy points. Agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, priced at 1 billion energy points. 50 Secondary Spirit Rice Props, priced at 25,000 energy points. Understanding Trees in a Simulate Comprehension, priced at 10,000 energy points. Su Qing was surprised, comprehension can also be purchased. This skill requires 1 billion energy points, truly powerful. The announcement continued to display, Spiritual Roots Dual Wood Fire Element Green Talent 10,000 energy points. Foundation Establishment Realm 3rd Level Cultivation, priced at 2,700 energy points. Bone Forging Realm 7th Level Cultivation, priced at 7,500 energy points. Agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, priced at 1 billion energy points. He thought that skills could be requested from the old man cultivating immortals in reality, but if he overlooked the dual spiritual roots, this dungeon would be hopeless. The system updated, congratulations host, you have received Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots. Checking reveals you possess spiritual roots of the same type as the White Talent Spiritual Roots. The Dual Wood Fire Element Spiritual Roots are replacing it. Su Qing quickly pulled down his pants to check his younger brother, it's replaced already? Lucky, it's just a bit bigger. One last simulate before the dungeon opens. This time I have to reach golden elixir. A week later, he was at the airport. This simulate day seems to be the day the dungeons open, it can only be simulated on the plane. When the plane took off, Su Qing requested, "System, start simulate." The system reminded him, "Congratulations, you have received the white talent, resolute face. To others, you appear to have a very determined face, like a righteous protagonist, making it easier to gain others' trust." After getting off the plane, he would still look for Song Shui. Activating resolute face, Song Shui blushed upon seeing him. "This is the first time I've met this junior, why do I feel he is so trustworthy? Never mind, I'll just go with the flow." She extended an invitation, "Meeting is fate, do you want to join me?" Su Qing immediately agreed, "Sure." The simulate system reminded him, "You have completed the old man's task as desired." The Venerable One asked for confirmation, "You really only need 1,000 spirit stones, and you don't want to become my disciple?" He replied, "Yes, Venerable One." The old man handed Su Qing a money bag, "Forget it, your cultivation is not enough to become my disciple. If you do not understand the value, then I won't force you." After obtaining 1,000 spirit stones, you found a feng shui sanctuary and practiced day and night. During this time, Nianan, Yu Yan, and Song Shui passed away one after another. It is unknown how long had passed, but you had fully absorbed the 1,000 spirit stones, and finally, you ended your seclusion. At this point, you had reached the 9th level of the foundation establishment stage. "I just need a little more to reach the golden elixir, but I have used up all the spirit stones." The system announced that this simulation had ended. Su Qing frowned at the final scene. The system reminded, "You can choose a reward from the following options: resolute face white talent, worth 1,000 energy points, 9th level foundation establishment stage cultivation, worth 9,800 energy points." You felt a bit regretful, "I could only cultivate to the 9th level of the foundation establishment stage. In the simulation, I couldn't progress further due to the lack of spirit stones, but in the Qingyun spiritual field, there is spiritual energy, which is really promising." Next was not a simulation but reality. You reassured yourself, "This is the first time I have truly met Song Shui. It's okay, don't panic, you are the man who has memorized the 10 hardest Buddhist topics." Seeing her figure in the distance, Su Qing thought to himself, "Here she comes. The beautiful and graceful figure is exactly the person you need to find. It's Song Shui. I really can't believe that Song Shui is already 30 years old now." Su Qing approached to strike up a conversation, "Senior, you are Senior Song Shui, right? I saw you on the school's expert board, meeting you is fate. Senior, you also came to Jinling City, right?" She replied, "I'm so sorry, I'm in a hurry." Su Qing suddenly remembered, "I almost forgot, I don't have any talent at all right now. To her, I'm just a stranger." He threw out a bunch of tricks, "Then I can only use that move. Senior, please talk to me, please talk to me." Song Shui turned back to ask, "This is?" Su Qing bent down to pick up the pile of books, "Oh no, these are the books I painstakingly found at the antique bookstore." She immediately took notice, "Are you studying Buddhism?" He smiled awkwardly, "It's just a little interest, nothing compared to your level, Senior." Song Shui was surprised, "Do you know I like Buddhism?" Su Qing cleverly said, "I once read your thesis in the library." She accepted this companion, "Meeting you is fate. If we are already in Jinling City, then let's go together." Su Qing obediently said, "Yes, Senior." He looked forward to it. "Next, we just need to wait until we discover the dungeons." Song Shui chatted while walking, "Did you get into a fight again over whether Sakyamuni Buddha is a bastard child? You're really such a child." He felt embarrassed, "I was just really angry." In his heart, he thought, "I must be about to discover the dungeon soon." Su Qing stopped, "Senior, there's light over there." A portal to a secret realm appeared at the base of an ancient tree. She was shocked, "What is this? This is a temporary dungeon." He was secretly happy, "Finally, I'm about to enter the dungeons in reality, this time, I must succeed in becoming a disciple." Song Shui sincerely advised, "Junior, most temporary dungeons are very dangerous. You haven't graduated yet, it's better not to go in for now." He replied with a bright smile, "But you're here, right? You won't let anything happen to me, will you?" She blushed and thought, "Does he trust me that much?" Outwardly, she confidently said, of course. Wait a moment, no matter what happens, you must stay close to me. Su Qing replied, no problem. He sighed as he looked at the scene before him. This is the Qing Yun spiritual field. Experiencing it in person is completely different from what one feels in a simulation. The spiritual energy here is very dense. Cultivating in this place, I will definitely be able to break through. Song Shui seriously reminded, don't be careless, many dungeons that look lush and green actually hide murderous intentions. He asked for advice, sister, there's a thatched cottage over there. Should we go check it out? From the thatched cottage, the Venerable One stepped out and called, you too, how could you find my secluded place? Song Shui replied, we unexpectedly saw a 7-colored entrance. The old man continued, it seems that you two are indeed people of great fortune. Since there is a connection, I will grant you both a magical power, how about that? She sincerely clasped her hands in respect, thank you, Venerable One. The Venerable One asked for their opinion, I am busy cultivating and have little time to oversee the spiritual field. I wonder if you two would be willing to help me. Su Qing immediately responded, no problem. He whispered, sister, this old man is really nice, he only needs us to farm. It's a pity this is just a temporary dungeon. She skeptically asked, do you know how to farm? Su Qing laughed and replied, of course, I come from a rural area. Every year, I have to farm once. So he went down to the fields alone to farm. First, he cleared the weeds, then he carried water, and after that, he irrigated the crops. Su Qing's hands gathered strength, and then he transmitted spiritual energy into the spirit valley, making it grow better. Song Shui walked over and patted his shoulder, asking, Su Qing, why do you think the challenge of the Venerable One is farming? Could there be another Dao sect inside? He shyly replied, why care about that? In this beautiful place with lush green mountains and abundant spiritual energy, farming is also a way to cultivate oneself. The harder the task, the richer the reward. She was skeptical, the task of this dungeon is to farm, what kind of good reward could there be? Only Su Qing knew, for someone without spiritual roots, of course, there would be no good rewards. But for me, this place is worth more than 10,000 spirit stones. When the Venerable One came to check, he was stunned, this is. 7 days later, as Song Shui diligently irrigated, a violent explosion suddenly erupted behind him, he had refined a golden pearl. Su Qing's eyes sparkled with blue light. The pearl grew larger, harmonizing with the power in his dantian. He joyfully exclaimed, I have reached the foundation establishment peak. There is only one step left to reach the golden elixir. Song Shui anxiously ran over, Su Qing, what's wrong with you? He reassured, I'm fine. Venerable One was surprised, little friend, you are actually a cultivator. May I ask what your attribute is? Su Qing began to fabricate, well, I just happened to acquire a set of skills. My mind is confused as I stepped onto the path of cultivating immortals, and I don't even know what my attribute is. The elder was astonished, you've reached such heights without knowing your attribute. Little friend, you are impressive. Venerable One presented a spirit stone, please place your hand here, little friend. Su Qing was also anxious, it's happening, the first step in my apprenticeship journey. The elder explained, little friend, you have dual wood and fire element spiritual roots. While it cannot compare to the supreme single spiritual roots, it is sufficient for cultivating immortals and suitable for the path of refining pills. I observe that the skill you learned is the Changchun technique from the Changchun sect. Although this skill has an upper limit, it is still greatly beneficial for a cultivator just starting on their path. Moreover, the wood attribute skill absorbs the life force of all things and can also return to nature, making it very suitable for studying the path of growing spirit food. His hand trembled, it's coming, something bigger is on the way. Venerable One spoke the words that Su Qing had long been waiting for. Meeting is fate. Poor man is the old farmer of the Qingyun sect, with the title Qingyun Zi. I wonder if the little friend is willing to take me as your master. Poor man is willing to accept you as a registered disciple. Upon receiving the boy's consent, disciple is willing, the old man continued, if you have entered my sect, the master has a few gifts to bestow upon you. The first gift is a set of immortal techniques, named agriculture's God Spirit Nurturing Technique, which the master obtained by chance. The master has painstakingly researched it for 1,000 years but has yet to fully cultivate it. I see that you have great talent in farming, so I bestow this immortal technique upon you. If you can cultivate this immortal technique to perfection, you will also have a place in these 3,000 worlds. Thank you, master. The boy happily accepted. 100,000 points of energy, this is 100,000 points of energy. The old man continued to present the second gift, which was the 3-inch small blessed land, conveniently portable. Su Qing was shocked. Do you want to give this entire temporary dungeon to me? The old man infused a stream of spiritual energy into the boy's forehead. Although the space of this 3-inch small blessed land is only a small mountain covering 100 square feet, this small mountain is rich in spiritual energy, lush green, and has clear waters. Very suitable for me to study the skill of cultivating spirit food. Su Qing clasped his hands in acceptance. Thank you, master. The elder continued, this third gift is the Qinyin token of the Qinyin sect. Although you are only my registered disciple, your status in the sect is not low. When you reach the return to void realm, you can become my official disciple. At that time, just come to the Qinyin sect in the Qinyin world. Su Qing's wish had come true. This Qinyin sect looks like a serious sect for cultivating immortals. If I can enter the sect for training, I will make a fortune here. He stared blankly at the token in his hand, and Su Qing inquired, Master, you mentioned earlier that I am suited for pill refining, but I still don't have any spells for refining pills. The Venerable One replied, Master is not skilled in the Tao of pill refining, and does not have the superior skill in pill refining to give you. However, this Lihua pill refining art was obtained by chance, and it records 360 methods of refining pills, which should be enough for you to learn. Su Qing accepted it. With this, training will be good, and making money will also be easy. The Venerable One revealed, as for the superior cultivation skills, you must understand that too much greed will lead to indigestion. For now, you already have the Chang Chun technique. This skill is sufficient for you to cultivate to the return to void realm. Moreover, it has many benefits for you. Wait until you have perfected this skill before seeking the master. Seeing the Venerable One dash away, Su Qing called out, Master, I haven't gotten in the car yet. No, my skill is just an incomplete version, it's fundamentally not enough to cultivate to the return to void realm. Is this old man being intentional or just careless? Could it be a test? It seems that finding the latter half of the Chang Chun technique will have to be scheduled. In the quiet of the late night, Song Shui called out, Su Qing. She was waiting for him outside the barrier. You finally came out, it's already dark. Su Qing smiled brightly and replied, Senior sister, I wanted to find you for something. I want to exchange 50 pounds of spirit rice for 50 of your spirit stones, is that all right? She blushed as she accepted. I can only receive these rewards because you helped me, I should share half with you. He nervously exclaimed, this. Song Shui suggested, if you're shy about taking it for free, then how about you come with me to the city? Su Qing blurted out, sure. They led each other to the large bedroom in the hotel. Inside, candles were lit for a romantic atmosphere. Song Shui wore a sexy dress, holding a seductive glass of red wine, and spoke. The younger ones come to Jin Ling to either find someone or something. Is there anything you need my help with? On that alluring body, beads of sweat rolling down only enhanced her seductive appearance. The boy wisely shut his eyes tight, not daring to make eye contact. At that moment, a notification appeared. The 7-day cooldown has ended. Does the host want to start the simulation? Su Qing thought to himself. The timeline in the Qin Yun spiritual field dungeons is the same as in reality. I've been in the dungeons for 7 days, and 7 days have also passed outside. He stood up abruptly and asked for permission. Sister, I need to use the restroom for a moment. She replied. Sure, go ahead. Then, Song Shui shyly pulled her towel aside, looking at her lingerie beneath. Did I wear the wrong color today? She had no idea that he was solely focused on the simulation. The system displayed. Starting simulation, drawing the green talent, mainland gentleman. Mainland gentlemen, you are naturally stronger than ordinary people, with physical strength several times greater than that of an average person, and you possess an extraordinary talent in refining the body. Su Qing thought. After I successfully become a disciple, will the apocalypse still happen? After waiting a long time without hearing him come out, she knocked on the restroom door. "Su Qing, are you not done yet?" Song Shui asked with some concern, "Is everything okay?" He quickly stepped out to open the door and replied, "It's fine." She blushed and said, "That's great, you've been gone for so long, I thought something happened." Su Qing politely exclaimed, "Thank you for your concern, senior." Sitting down at the dining table under the candlelight, Song Shui reminded him, "After a long day, you should take a shower too." He was only focused on enjoying dinner, saying, "Let's talk after eating." Suddenly, her soft hand touched his, surprising Su Qing, "Senior." Song Shui suggested, "How about we wait a bit before eating?" Then she leaned over him, preparing to take action. The system simulated, you and Song Shui are happily spending a week in Jinling City. A week later, Su Qing, exhausted and drained, packed his suitcase to leave, saying, "Song Shui was really much more vigorous when she was younger, I almost had to chew on goji berries raw. But at least I can continue to simulate now." He pressed the start button to simulate. You enter the secret realm Qing Yun that the master has given you. In the small secret realm Qing Yun, Su Qing felt confident, this time with spirit rice for cultivation progress, it should be a bit faster. You enjoy a bowl of soft and sticky white rice. This spirit rice is really delicious, this flavor, this feeling. Simulating the scene, every day you enter the spirit field blessed land, bringing it with you, wholeheartedly taking care of the spirit valley in the fields. You are very strong, and your rice intake is several times that of an average person. In one meal, you can eat a kilogram of spirit rice. Finally, you break through to the bone-forging realm. Su Qing recalls, last time I cultivated for 3 years, I only reached the 5th level of refined body. This time, I broke through to the 1st level of bone-forging realm in just a week. Spirit rice is indeed a good thing. Besides spirit rice, it must also be because of the mainland gentleman, I need to bring this talent from the simulation into reality. The system reminds, your cultivation speed is like a rocket, completely immersing you. Every day you enter the dungeons to cultivate for 3 hours, and the rest of the time you lead the new female students to the dungeons for training. The girls jostle each other, "Senior, please take me with you." As your cultivation in refining the body continues to increase, the success rate of clearing dungeons becomes higher and higher. The junior girls come to you for training, and the demand far exceeds the supply. Su Qing finds Yu Yan, "Hey, you fatty, here's the money I borrowed from you, I'm returning it now." He is overjoyed. "Your money-making speed is impressive, my friend." At this moment, the system indicated that you had quickly earned enough 50,000. Yu Yan suddenly remembered, "Right, Qing Quan asked me to pass on a message, she wants to talk to you tonight, in the small forest outside the school." Su Qing understood immediately, she wants to drop out and join the mysterious organization again. This time, you did not stop Qing Quan from joining the mysterious organization, just advised her to be careful. That night, you all tried many new moves in the small forest. Su Qing was satisfied with this progress, yes, that's right. Joining the mysterious organization, finding the complete version of the Changchun technique. Simulate continued. After Qing Quan dropped out, you practiced in the spiritual field. In the 2nd year since she left, you broke through to the 7th level of the bone-forging realm. In the 3rd year, you broke through to the 9th level of the bone-forging realm. In the 4th year, your cultivation broke through to the perfected state of the bone-forging realm. After that, you encountered a bottleneck and could not break through anymore. You speculated in the simulation, according to the agriculture's God spirit nurturing technique, different types of spirit food will increase the cultivation speed to varying degrees. If I want to continue breaking through, I need to find spirit food of a higher grade than spirit rice. I remember that before going, Master left me the spirit food seeds. Where could they be? Finally, you dug out that bag of spirit food. Found it. Su Qing read from the book, this spirit food is called white jade ginseng. The method of cultivation is to bury a regular ginseng deep in the spiritual field, transmitting spiritual energy day and night. Then he read the line about digging it up after 10 years and felt despair. Su Qing was annoyed, 10 years. Isn't that basically the apocalypse? I'll be dead by then, and only then can you harvest it. The simulation displayed, white jade ginseng cannot defeat you, do you want to find another option? If normal plants absorb spiritual energy for a long time, they will turn into spirit food, then perhaps animals will do the same. So you caught a few chickens from the outside world and released them into the spirit field blessed land. You tried feeding the chicks spirit rice. 1/10 of the chicks died unexpectedly. The remaining chicks survived resiliently, and their intelligence clearly increased. As you immersed yourself in the grand endeavor of raising chickens, Qin Quan returned with the upper part of the Changchun technique. She gently said, "Senior, I found the upper part of the Changchun technique suitable for your talent in cultivating immortals." Su Qin declined, "I don't need this skill. But I have a request. I want to join your organization." "Do you want to join? Can't you recommend me?" Qin Quan agreed, "Well, I can. I am already a master of the strong sect, so I am qualified to recommend new members." He happily hugged her, "That's great, thank you, Qin Quan." She shyly replied, "No need to be polite." At Advent Sect, Qin Quan led him inside. "Elder Ing, Su Qin has arrived." The person inside the hall commanded, "Come in." The other person, dressed from head to toe in a tight outfit, asked, "Are you Su Qin?" He replied, "Yes." But inside, he felt uneasy. Why is this place so gloomy? Advent Sect Elder Ing ordered, "Sit down." Su Qin bowed, "Thank you, Elder." He couldn't tell at first, is this person male or female? The voice is both deep and soft, could it be a eunuch? Qin Quan offered tea, "Senior, please drink this tea." The other person spoke, "If you want to join our sect, then I will first introduce the name and doctrine of our sect." Su Qin took a sip of tea and said, "Thank you, Elder, for clarifying my doubts." The next words from the other person made him spit out the sip of tea he just drank. "The name of our sect is Advent Sect, and our doctrine is to eliminate professionals so that the world belongs to the foreign tribe. Humans are fundamentally unworthy to dominate this planet, the great foreign tribe is the only true deity." He himself couldn't determine, have I crossed over to the immortal cultivating city or the dark forest? The elder gave Su Qin a choice, "You can still retreat now. Once you join the Advent Sect, there's no turning back." He had to follow through, "I won't retreat, as long as I can exchange for the lower part of the Changchun technique, I am willing to give everything to the Advent Sect." The other party refused, "Everything is not necessary, if you want to exchange for skills, you can take on a mission or offer a treasure." He thought, does the spirit rice count as a treasure? So Su Qin tried to offer it, "I wonder if this spirit rice can be exchanged for skills." The elder was shocked, "You actually have spirit rice." The simulation displayed, "An elder has disappeared." A strange elder took the person away and then returned. That elder suddenly cracked the whip toward Su Qin, who was tied to a stone pillar, saying, "Where did your spirit rice come from?" Despite being battered, he remained defiant, "I won't say a word. In the end, you were tortured to death, living for 29 years. Your talent, die without closing eyes, has been activated." Behind, a follower asked, "Zong Elder, this person is not suitable, what should we do?" He disdainfully stepped on the boy's face, "A shrimp like him is worthy of cultivating immortals." The followers behind shouted in unison, "Wise Elder." A reminder notification appeared, "Die without closing your eyes has expired, this simulation ends now." Su Qin was shocked to see his appearance, the person just now was. Today's session ends here. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel to motivate the admin to create new videos. Additionally, you can support me by increasing views or donating through the information in the description below. Now, goodbye and see you all again. And remember to subscribe to the channel. The system announced, "Simulate ending." Su Qin felt something was off, "I keep feeling like this person is very familiar, is it an illusion?" The system screen displayed information, you can choose a reward from the following categories, Master of Great Strength, Green Talent, priced at 10,000 energy points. Foundation Establishment Stage Great Perfection Cultivation, priced at 1,000 energy points. 3,000 pounds of Spirit Rice Props, priced at 30,000 energy points. 5 second-generation Spirit Rooster Pets, priced at 10,000 energy points. Bone Forging Realm Great Perfection Cultivation, priced at 10,000 energy points. Su Qin murmured, "Let's talk about the Advent Sect later, I'll take the reward first. It's a pity I can only bring one reward back, I want them all." He chose one attribute, Master of Great Strength, Green Talent, I'll take this. With this, I can definitely cultivate to the bone-forging realm great perfection in the next simulate. Right now, I only have nearly 2,000 energy points left, not enough for the next simulate, I need to earn money quickly. Song Shui, do you have time to meet up recently? Su Qing moved to the hotel. In the living room, Song Shui was surprised to learn about it. You want to sell 50 pounds of spirit rice? Su Qing confirmed immediately, that's right, just name your price. She discovered, are you really short on money? If you're in need, I can lend you some. He casually asked, how much can you lend me? 50 million. She immediately replied, surprising Su Qing to the point of choking on water, sure. Song Shui was a genuine wealthy lady, my grandfather is the head of Gene Group trading firm. Don't mention 50 million, even 100 million is not a problem. He excitedly concluded, then I'll borrow 100 million. This 50 pounds of spirit rice will count as profit. She curiously asked, why do you need so much money? Su Qing kept it a secret, I'll tell you later. Please help me use this 100 million to buy a quantity of white quality equipment from Gene Group trading firm. Also, please keep the spirit rice for yourself while cultivating. Never sell it outside, anyone carrying the jade will be in trouble. In his heart, he thought, I can't let Jin Song Shui be targeted by the Advent sect. Song Shui gently agreed, okay. After a tiring day, Su Qing returned to his room dejectedly. Bed, I'm back. Now I'm also a big debtor, owing a small target, I need to think of ways to make money. Do I really have to sell spirit rice and spirit rooster? Forget it, let's simulate it first and find the answer in the simulation. Display system, start simulating. Draw the green talent unshakable. Unshakable, your mindset is several times tougher than an ordinary person. When facing difficulties, you will welcome challenges and move forward, absolutely not giving up easily. Su Qing was surprised, so it turns out that talent affects mindset. The system continued to simulate. You are well aware that the goal of this simulation is to seek a path to wealth, and it is inevitable that you will feel a bit tired. You decide to look for business opportunities among the gifts left by Master Qin Yunzi. Inside the simulation, a small chicken was perched on Su Qing's head. Su Qing focused on reading the text on the fabric. Fasting pill, 1 pill can sustain energy for a week. Beauty pill can instantly restore a person to their youthful state of 20 years old. Both types of pills seem profitable. The first one can be sold to those who want to lose weight but can't control their eating. The second one can be sold to wealthy older women. It's decided, I will refine both types of pills. He added firewood to the furnace, first needing to heat the pill furnace, then igniting it to prepare for burning. But suddenly, the pill furnace exploded, flames rushing over Su Qing. The entire area erupted, with flames shooting up high. You learn from experience. It seems that refined pill cannot use a lighter, let me review the leaf fire alchemy technique. Leaf fire. It seems that refined pill must use a professional fire magic formula. Simulating display, in order to turn the debtor into a wealthy man, you begin to focus on studying the leaf fire magic formula. During this time, Wang Qin Quan came to find you. After one night, she joined the Advent sect. In the second year, you vaguely touched upon the method to extend the comprehension time of leaf fire, so every day for 6 hours. You were overjoyed to achieve this accomplishment. Great, I have finally mastered the leaf fire art, it was worth the 6 years of hard work. This leaf fire is indeed miraculous, any living thing that comes into contact with it will be instantly burned to ashes, yet it does not cause any harm to yourself. It seems that leaf fire can not only refine pills, but can also be used to combat enemies. In the present, Su Qing rejoices, finally, there is an attacking magic formula. I wonder how such a powerful magic formula will create a pill. You continue to watch the simulation. You focus on refining pills, and your mastery of leaf fire improves day by day. In the 7th year, you attend your sister's funeral. After the funeral, you hold back your emotions and continue researching the magic formula for the fasting pill. In the refining room, Su Qing shouted loudly to the pill furnace to open. Watching the pill condense in his palm, he praised. Not bad, the fasting pill has no more issues. Next will be the beauty pill, which is harder to refine. This is even more difficult than I imagined. After 3 years, I have finally managed to refine the beauty pill. Su Qing put the pill in his mouth, saying, "Here we go, it's time to witness a miracle." But seeing nothing change, he became curious. Why is there no change? Could it be that this time it has failed? Su Qing's stomach was the first to react, starting to protest. He felt like he was about to erupt, his complexion turning pale. Su Qing exclaimed. "Damn it! The bathroom!" He ran like the wind toward the bathroom. Finally relieved, a strong stench wafted out. After that, Su Qing returned to his room and picked up a mirror to look at himself. Seeing his reflection, he felt like he would shatter if touched. Is this really me? My skin is soft and white, with no wrinkles at the corners of my eyes. Refining a few more pills, conveniently improving the issue of flatulence. Then find Jin Song Shui to sell. This thing will definitely cause a stir among the wealthy ladies. When successfully creating the second pill, Su Qing went to the hotel to deliver the goods to Song Shui. She suspiciously asked, "Can this pill really make people younger?" He confidently confirmed, "Of course, have I ever lied to you?" She put the pill in her mouth, "Let me try it first." Su Qing was alarmed and quickly tried to stop her, but it was too late. Wait. Song Shui's skin began to change color. Then, her skin became smooth. He quickly got a mirror for her to see. "Song Shui, look at this." She was shocked. This is. I've gone back to being 20 years old. He proudly said, "How is it? My beauty pill has a powerful effect, right?" Song Shui quickly placed an order. "How many pills do you have left?" "I'll buy them all. 100 million per pill, how about that?" This price left him stunned. 100 million per pill. Song Shui urgently demanded, "Sell me all the remaining ones, I'll buy as many as you have." But Su Qing regretfully had to inform her, "I don't have any left." She remained stubborn, "Can't you produce them in bulk?" He negotiated, "I'll go back and research it." Su Qing returned to his school in the city. Qing Quan was extremely happy to see him return. She hurried toward Su Qing, saying, "Senior, you're back." He was taken aback when he saw her rushing toward him. Qing Quan. Continuing the simulation, Wang Qing Quan dropped out of school again, and this time you didn't stop her. A few years later, she became a major Sect master and even brought the upper part of the Chang Chun skill to you. Su Qing made a request, "I don't want the skill for cultivating immortals, I want to join the Advent Sect." Although she was surprised, she agreed to your request. Qing Quan led him to the organization. "Elder Ing, this is my senior, Su Qing." Elder Ing replied, "To join our sect, you must contribute to it. Coincidentally, there is a mission available." Su Qing listened attentively, "Please go ahead." He spoke up, "I want you and 100 disciples to." Qing Quan interjected, "Elder, this mission is very important, it would be better for my senior to start with the most basic mission first." He agreed, "All right, since you brought him, you can arrange it for him." She responded, "Thank you, Elder." He curiously thought, Qing Quan isn't the type of person who likes to make decisions on her own. Is this mission really that difficult? The two of them arrived at Demon Suppressing Pass, cooperating with the demon clan to reveal intelligence about the human faction. That night, they had an intimate moment together. She expressed her worries, "It's true, this mission is extremely dangerous, and I don't want you to take the risk." Su Qing pondered the question, "Qing Quan, why do you want to join the Advent Sect and betray humanity?" She replied, "Because I have no way out anymore. Senior brother, go to sleep, tomorrow I will take you to meet the other elders of the Advent Sect." He tried to call her back but received no response. Qing Quan. Su Qing exclaimed in disappointment, "It seems this time in the simulation, I couldn't get Qing Quan to talk." The next day, he went to the pharmacy to buy supplies. Looking at the price of the item, Su Qing was furious. "Is this ginseng made of gold? Why has the price increased tenfold?" The shopkeeper replied indignantly, "I don't want to either. I don't know why the demand for recovery potions has surged recently. If I don't raise the prices, this pharmacy will have to close down." Su Qing speculated, could it be related to the actions of the Advent Sect? Only when many people are injured would there be a high demand for recovery potions. The simulation system noted, in your heart, you feel troubled and extremely helpless. Due to shifting focus, you began to strive to research and create a low-level version of the happy pill. After refining the pill for a while, the lid of the thunder cauldron opened. Looking at the pill, Su Qing was delighted. Indeed, I am a genius at refining pills. I can create the beauty pill without ginseng, so it can be mass-produced now. I need to go to Jinling and share this good news with Song Shui. But when he arrived, he saw white flowers hanging outside, signaling that someone had passed away. Su Qing sadly said, "So this day has come, huh?" He stood silently in front of her coffin and left with the question, when will I finally be able to uncover the truth of the apocalypse? At that moment, behind him, Zong Elder appeared sinisterly and called out, "Traitor." As Su Qing turned around, he saw the other party reaching out towards him. He suspiciously asked, "Zong Elder?" He had directly taken Su Qing's life. "Indeed, you are someone sent by the Jun family." The system announced, "You have died, this simulation has ended. You can choose a reward from the following options: Unshakable Talent 10,000 points. 5 9th Generation Spirit Roosters worth 100,000 points. Magic Formula Li Fire grants access to the Sect, Magic Formula Comprehension of 100,000 points. Li Fire Alchemy Technique Surface refines pills with a comprehension of 100,000 points. He bit his lip, feeling extremely conflicted. I have a hard time making choices. I want both Unshakable and the Magic Formula Li Fire. Damn it, if you have the ability, let me bring out both rewards at once. The system updated. Ding, the host can spend 500,000 energy points to upgrade the simulator. The Life Simulation version 2.0 has the following functions. First, the number of rewards that can be brought back from the simulator changes from one category to 2 categories. Second, it adds role-playing simulation experience, allowing the host to spend a certain amount of accumulated points to choose any day in the simulation for a role-playing experience. Su Qing spoke confidently, I suspect I have another hidden talent. I wish I could have it all. Come on, you can't catch a tiger cub without entering the tiger's den. 500,000 is fine. The system reminded, life simulation has been upgraded, please choose your rewards. So the simulation begins, Unshakable, and the Magic Formula Li Fire Comprehension level access to the Sect. Sincerely thank you for 110,000 points, the host has 11,680 energy points left. He looked at his wallet with frustration. That money, indeed, is never enough to spend. Next, Su Qing called her. Song Shui, right? I want to sell 20 pounds of spirit rice, can you come to pick it up? The other side immediately refused, I don't have time. He slumped, looking at the dark phone screen, not expecting her to refuse so decisively. Suddenly, a notification from the bank arrived. Bank X received a deposit of 20 million. A message from the wealthy woman followed, take this 20 million and spend it first. Su Qing was so moved that he wanted to kiss her feet. Is this the feeling of being supported by a wealthy woman? So touching. Now that I have money, I just need to wait another week and continue to simulate, then bring the enlightenment pill outside. I wonder how many years younger I could look using the beauty pill during my college days. He pressed the button to select the reward on the screen. The system updated, congratulations, you have received the green talent. Continuous good luck. With the green talent, you are much luckier than ordinary people. When you go out, you often find money. If you buy a scratch card for 10 yuan, you can at least win 20 yuan. Su Qing exclaimed happily, this is great. The simulation continued. In the dormitory, you are aware that you are simulating, and your task for this simulation is. Having accumulated enough experience in refining pills, you do not hesitate to begin rigorous training. Curiously, you look at the number of chicks in front of you. Is it due to the influence of continuous good luck? The survival rate of this batch of chicks is much higher, and their quality is significantly better. 3 pills have successfully been refined. Su Qing evaluates, the success rate of refining pills has increased a lot compared to the previous simulation. The color of this beauty pill clearly indicates it is of superior quality. When there's something to show, you immediately take out your phone to call a regular customer. As soon as the connection is made, you report, Song Shui, when can you come to the capital? I have something good I want to give you. She is surprised, what is this mysterious thing? You proudly say, something that can make you so happy it will take you to the peak of joy. Song Shui blushes shyly, that's so annoying, why say such things during the day? I will come in the evening, wait for me. Hearing that unusually sweet voice, Su Qing immediately realizes he has misspoken. Wait a minute, Song Shui, there's been a misunderstanding between us. Su Qing excitedly asks, I have researched and developed weight loss pills and beauty enhancement pills, which can be called pills that make wealthy ladies happy. You see how much they could sell for. The simulation displays, similar to the previous simulation. Jean Song Shui was very surprised by the pill you took out. She decided to help you sell it at Jean Group trading firm. The auction was extremely fierce. 1 million, 1.5 million, 3 million, that's the price, don't compete with me. Song Shui brought back a pile of money and reported, it's all sold out. You weren't even fully awake, is this the feeling of becoming rich overnight? Lying on the pile of money, Su Qing felt as if he were on cloud 9. High-end beauty enhancement pills are all sold at auction, while the lower-end ones are sold retail. With Jean Song Shui's capabilities, I won't have to worry about not having money to spend anymore. Is this what financial freedom feels like? At night, the soft moonlight shone down on the streets. You hurriedly pulled your suitcase along the road. Su Qing left to preserve his life. Women will do anything for beauty, it's better to go back to school, school is safe. In your haste, you tripped over a stone on the road. Su Qing fell into a pit, and beside him stood Qing Quan waiting. No matter how careful you are, the road is still not peaceful. She immediately moved forward and pinned you down. Qing Quan began to flirt, handsome, we fell into the same pit, ... Consider it a blessing from 3 generations. Want to add me on WeChat? He said irritably, instead of trying to seduce me, you might as well call the police. A cheerful girl ran over, the beauty-enhancing medicine is mine. Qing Quan tied Su Qing up and scolded the girl, you shameless person, he is mine. Then she asked, handsome, do you know why I'm here? He was frightened, you women. He tried to escape from the group of girls. Though the process was a bit tumultuous, relying on an unshakable mindset, you finally returned to campus. Back in his room, he breathed heavily, finally, I'm back. This time I won't go out anymore, I'll focus on refining pills. Simulating further, you devote yourself to cultivation. Since you cannot break through to the refined Qi realm for now, you start looking for ways to break through the 3rd major realm of this world. That same year, you received news of your sister's tragic death, and you became increasingly immersed in your training, starting to shut yourself away from the outside world. The elixir pharmacy suddenly exploded, and he struggled to escape the flames. It seems that breaking through the seal refining realm isn't something that can just be achieved by making a fuss. I need to refer to the jade slip left by Qing Yunzi. Display information. 5 seal pill is also known as the seal refining realm. It can enhance the 6 internal organs and can be used to break through the seal refining realm. The yellow immortal crystal has the effects of strengthening the spleen, moistening the lungs, and nourishing the kidneys. It is the main medicinal ingredient of the 5 seal pill. The preferred water for cultivation has a growth cycle of 3 years. Thus, Su Qing diligently farmed, isn't it just 3 years? I can wait this little time. 3 years later, he looked at the amount of spirit rice in front of him with satisfaction. This much material is enough for me to refine the 5 seal pill. You have been a farmer for 3 years and successfully cultivated 1 mu of yellow immortal crystal. First, use fire to heat the yellow immortal crystal to a viscous state, and then the second explosive shockwave occurred. He coughed violently in the smoke. This is really difficult. But Su Qing remained very persistent in refining the pill. I can't give up like this. You believe that failure is the mother of success. After succeeding, you will find many mothers, and you will become increasingly proficient in controlling the fire. He believed, with my efforts, I can even refine the gather chi powder. Why can't I refine the 5 seal pill? Besides, it's not a loss. Gather chi powder can enhance the spiritual energy in the body. With the spiritual energy in the body being enhanced, refining pills will also become smoother. Time passed like this. One day, an unexpected visitor knocked on your door. Opening the door, Su Qing looked at the visitor suspiciously. Who are you? He introduced himself. I am the father of Song Shui. The boy stepped aside to let him in. so it's Mr. Jin, please come in. Jin Xiong replied, I won't disturb you for long, I'm here for 2 reasons. The first is that Song Shui has died. Su Qin was stunned, is it really at this point already? He then asked, what's the second reason? Jin Xiong answered, I found this among Song Shui's belongings, you made this, right? Su Qin confirmed, yes, this is a weight loss pill, anyone who takes it won't feel hungry for 3 days. He hurriedly suggested, how much do you have left? I'll buy it all. The boy was puzzled, what do you want this for? Jin Xiong looked a bit awkward about that. The boy set a condition, right now, I don't have much weight loss pill on hand, but I can make more. The premise is that you must tell me the reason. Forget it, you are also a part of humanity, you should know the truth. He had to tell the truth, the situation for humans at Demon Suppressing Pass is becoming increasingly difficult, and there is a severe shortage of professionals. But your weight loss medicine can ensure that even a great master professional won't feel hungry for 3 days, saving time on meals, allowing everyone to quickly step onto the battlefield. Su Qin thought in astonishment, has the situation of humanity deteriorated to the point where there is no time to eat? He immediately responded, okay, I agree to refine the medicine. Come back in 3 days to collect it. Jin Xiong was very grateful, thank you, young man. I will provide the full payment. As he refined the pill, he pondered, what exactly happened at the Demon Suppressing Pass? Why does everyone have to go there to seek death? The simulation displayed, your intuition tells you this is a great opportunity to uncover the truth. You decide to take a risk this time. Su Qin commanded, open it up. On the day of pill delivery, Jin Xiong sent someone to carry a box of gold, young man, the money is all here. I had someone exchange it for gold bars. He declined, I don't need the money. Jin Xiong was surprised, then what do you want? Su Qin requested, I want to meet the high-ranking military officials of Great Xia. Once I meet them, I will donate all of this. Jin Xiong considered, this matter. He did not dare to make promises, I will convey your message, but whether it can be arranged is not something I can decide. He replied, sorry for the trouble. After waiting for a while, when he saw Jin Xiong's car arrive, Su Qin asked, where are we going? He didn't rush to explain, saying, you'll find out when we get there. Jin Xiong carefully took out a cloth, saying, put this on before getting in the car. Without asking many questions, he tied the cloth over his eyes, replying, okay. Sitting in the back of the car, Su Qin was curious, who are we going to meet? Why do we have to be so careful? Although he felt anxious inside, he thought that at most he could simulate once more, so he bravely sat in this luxurious car with an unknown destination. The car stopped, and he announced, we have arrived. Su Qin took off the blindfold, asking suspiciously, we've arrived? This place is. He thought to himself, People's Land Altar, everyone here holds significant power in Great Xia. A voice rang out, young man, why aren't you coming in? Don't you want to meet me? He could sense the way the sound traveled through the space, realizing that the other party was at least a martial emperor level. Jin Xiong guided Su Qin inside, saying, I can only bring you this far, please. He stepped through the gate, looking at the person before him, and Su Qin was stunned, asking, who are you? He was one of the leaders of the Great Xia military. Lu Yuan Wu, hello, are you the one who created the ration pill? Su Qin heard this name for the first time. Is this what you call a ration pill? Yuan, a martial artist, replied with interest, in times of peace, it was a weight loss drug used for losing weight, but now it must be called a ration pill. He seriously asked, what exactly has happened in the human world? He reminded, this is not something you should concern yourself with. Today, I am willing to meet with you because I want to buy the formula for making the ration pill. Just name your price. He understood, making the fasting pill requires spirit rice, even if I provide the formula, the military won't be able to use it. So Su Qin exchanged, I can give you the formula for free. I just want to know what exactly happened at Demon Suppressing Pass. I want to know why my sister, my good friend, and Song Shui died. Yuan Wu agreed, alright, but you must remember, this matter can only be kept between us, you can't speak of it to anyone else. He voiced his doubts, why are there so many students and teachers from Capital Vocational University here? This is the human city of demon suppressing pass. Professionals must enter the city to fight for the future of humanity. But my classmates have not yet reached the Grandmaster level, they are only Great Masters. Wait, he confirmed, that's right, it's exactly what you are thinking. The situation at Demon Suppressing Pass has been getting worse and worse in recent years. The Grandmaster level experts are almost all dead now. Su Qing felt tense after hearing this. What? Yuan Wu introduced, what is covered by the defensive layer in front of you is the battlefield. Your sister, your good friend, and Song Shuao all died there. From now on, you should stay in the human stronghold of Demon Suppressing Pass, refine pills for everyone, and don't go forward. He worried, what exactly happened there? Su Qing returned to the elixir pharmacy. Simulate continued. You have learned the truth, but you are not happy. You want to see the battlefield with your own eyes, you want to know exactly why they died. However, your freedom has been restricted. Su Qing intended to go outside but was stopped by the bodyguard. Sorry, Mr. Su, without Chief Lu's consent, you cannot go out. He replied, I want to go outside, it's too stuffy in this room. The man firmly refused, no. Su Qing thought to himself, it seems I can't use the casual approach to get through. Lost in this way now. He commanded the cauldron in the room to take out a pill. Open. With 3 pills in hand, Su Qing felt secretly pleased. Indeed, I am a genius at refining pills, in the blink of an eye, I've already completed the bewildering pill. Hearing the commotion in the room, the guards shouted, not good, something has happened to Mr. Su. As they opened the door, they were greeted by 3 bewildering pills along with his voice, you too have offended me. The 3 bewildering pills cracked open, releasing a dense purple mist. Both began to weaken and fell to the ground, anxiously calling out, Mr. Su, you can't. Su Qing was fully prepared, intending to check inside the protective shield. He approached the protective shield area, stepping in without hesitation. Su Qing froze when he saw the first scene before him, this is. But he still felt underprepared. Standing before the giant monster, Su Qing exclaimed, everyone. A Taoist directed, its weakness is its eyes, stab its left eye blind. The other disciples received the order and rushed to attack it, yes. However, the plan failed when the monster's claws swatted them away. The Taoist ordered everyone, retreat in all directions. The monster had caught one person and disdainfully said, you don't know your own strength. This person laughed coldly, the one who doesn't know their own strength is you. Its eye suddenly exploded, and it screamed in pain, my eye. The Taoist hurriedly commanded, quick. Take advantage of this moment. The monster erupted, die, all of you. Although both eyes were blinded, it remained arrogant, you can't kill me. The old man charged forward with determination, I will avenge my disciples. His sword plunged straight into the monster's weakness. It held a grudge, you old bastard, I want to die together with you. The giant body of the monster collapsed backward. Su Qing witnessed this scene in a daze, so many have died just to kill one giant beast. Did the Nian group die like this too? Someone behind spoke up, the great Xia lands are peaceful, why is there a lack of people willing to die? Yuan Wu sincerely advised, young man, go home, there is nothing left to cling to here. Lu Yuan Wu's words made Su Qing realize, the demon suppressing pass has fallen, the mythical beast's invasion is just a matter of time. He returned to cultivate, raising 2 fingers slightly, open. He transformed his sorrow into strength, intending to refine the 5-seal pill and break through to the seal-refining realm soon. Looking at the pill in her hand, Su Qing was overjoyed. I did it. Simulate continued. You are eager to swallow the pill and explode right on the spot. Smoke billowed everywhere. This simulation has ended. You can choose 2 rewards from the categories below. Continuous Good Luck Green Talent, costing 10,000 energy points. Instant Mental Calculation Green Talent, costing 110,000 energy points. Complete Cultivation Script, costing 11,000 energy points. Li Fire Alchemy Technique Exceed Sect, costing 230,000 energy points. He couldn't believe the outcome at present. Damn it, I blew myself up with the pill I concocted. No way. I clearly didn't blow up the pill furnace, I had successfully refined it. Wait, what I used was the yellow immortal crystal grown for 3 years in one plot of land. The potency of the 5-seal pill was too strong, causing one to explode and die. Could it be that the success of refining the pill is related to the age of the medicinal materials? That's right, why didn't I think of such a simple issue? However, I must definitely enhance my cultivation to refine pills better. I choose to take the leaf fire alchemy technique Exceed Sect. The system updated, you chose to take the green talent instant mental calculation out, spending 10,000 energy points. There are 133,000 energy points left. You choose to bring the comprehension of the leaf fire alchemy technique from the Exceed Sect outside, spending 100,000 energy points, leaving 33,000 energy points remaining. Su Qing understood clearly. This time simulation finally touched upon the demon suppressing pass. It turns out that the giant beasts will not arrive 15 years later, rather, once the demon suppressing pass falls, those giant beasts will come into reality and destroy everything. In fact, the giant beasts have always existed, they were just blocked outside the demon suppressing pass. Fortunately, there are still 15 years left, and everything is still within reach. If, within 15 years, after hundreds of simulations, I still can't save the world, then I will resolutely become a wooden pestle. Today's lesson ends here. Everyone, if you find it interesting, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel to motivate the admin to create new videos. Additionally, you can support me by watching views or donating according to the information in the description below. Now, goodbye and see you all again, and remember to subscribe to the channel. On this side, Song Shui looked in the mirror and was extremely delighted with her current appearance. The dark circles under my eyes and the crow's feet have disappeared. She joyfully admired herself and kept praising, I feel like I'm only about 20 years old now. Su Qing, beside her, smiled and straightforwardly asked, this pill is called beauty pill, but I call it the pill that makes rich women happy. Do you think it can sell for a good price? Song Shui said nothing and directly transferred money to him. After the transfer, Song Shui boldly declared, the amount you brought, I'll take all of it. It's 1 million per pill, if it's not enough, just let me know. Seeing the money transferred into his account instantly, Su Qing was stunned in disbelief. Oh my, is this the decisiveness of a rich woman? He whimpered, choked with emotion, finally, I've experienced the feeling of being a heavenly dragon in real life. However, Su Qing stood up and said in a serious tone, it's not that I don't like money, it's just that the cumulative effect of this beauty pill is limited. Using so much won't be useful anyway. Song Shui frowned and retorted, who said I would use it? She gently placed the pill down on the table and softly asked Su Qing, have you forgotten my last name? He blankly replied, your last name is Jean. As soon as the words left his mouth, Su Qing suddenly realized, wait, could it be that you are? Before he could finish, something in his heart burst out, that's right. This is the first time I've learned about the Song Shui family's business in the real world. Seeing his stunned expression, Song Shui smiled softly. It's exactly what you're thinking. I am the only daughter of Jean Group trading firm. With that, Song Shui lifted her chin proudly and stared straight at Su Qing. Then she smirked with satisfaction. So these things aren't just for me to use. I also intend to auction them off. Su Qing let out a gloomy sigh and concluded, I don't need money. He gently stated his request, I want your company to help me convert that money into white-grade equipment. Hearing that, Song Shui patted his head and spoke frankly, 100 million for white-grade equipment, at the very least, that's 5,000 pieces. What do you need so many white items for? Su Qing clasped his hands together and pleaded earnestly with her, please, please. I can't explain it to you right now, but I really need them. Faced with his sincere plea, Song Shui reluctantly nodded. All right then. But 5,000 pieces is no small number. It might even draw the government's attention. However, I have a good idea. First, you could establish a trade association to purchase low-level equipment. Second, provide quality equipment and buy green equipment. Su Qing nodded in agreement after hearing this. This is indeed a good idea, so my trade association will be called the Tarot Association. Song Shui didn't say anything but coughed lightly a few times. After a moment of contemplation, she lowered her voice, the issue has been resolved. She moved closer to Su Qing and looked at him meaningfully, so should we. Su Qing immediately jumped up and ran away. As he left, he didn't forget to say, "Please take care of the establishment of the trade association, Song Shui. I have to get back to school first." Seeing him run away like a startled rabbit, Song Shui quickly called out, "Wait a minute." Seeing Su Qing escape so quickly, Song Shui felt angry. It's always like this, once he's done using me, he disappears. That heartless, ruthless man. Meanwhile, in the dormitory, Su Qing was focused on his research. Previously, when the leveling system added a new function to buy role-playing rooms, he wanted to try it out, but he didn't have many energy points left. In reality, Song Shui was helping him earn money. This time he could experience it. After some hesitation, he decided, let it rain heavily and storm fiercely. As soon as the selection button was pressed on the screen, the system hurriedly announced. Congratulations. You have received the green talent, Dignified Bearing. Dignified Bearing, the green talent, makes you larger, stronger, and more attractive to the opposite sex compared to those around you. Upon receiving this notification, Su Qing's expression turned unpleasant, mixed with a hint of distortion. Then, Su Qing angrily raised a friendly finger and reproached. It's the apocalypse, what good is this talent? Refund me. The system screen began to display the text. Dignified Bearing. Secret Realm Qing Yun. Continuing from the previous chapter. Last time you died in the explosion of the 5-seal pill. However, you are exceptionally intelligent, realizing that this was due to the quality of the herbs, so you continue to refine your body. After much hard training, Su Qing held the herbs in hand with determination in her heart. This time, the effectiveness of the medicine has decreased by half, it surely can't be wrong, right? The system replayed previous scenes and stated. You refined your body day after day. During this time, you farmed, raised chickens, trained, and brought Wang Qin Quan to the Advent sect. Finally, you once again cultivated to the peak of the bone-forging realm. Su Qing was immediately nurtured and strengthened further within her body. However, after a brief moment, the system extinguished with a reminder, it's time to use the 5-seal pill. Su Qing's face showed a hint of sadness. What if it's still? Su Qing frowned, dejectedly pondering. Should I let Jin Song Shui experiment with it first? I don't want to reopen it, but I also need to think of ways to enhance my physique, so I should nourish myself first. After some consideration, he looked at the chicks and resolutely made up his mind, I choose you. However, before he could make his choice, the chicks immediately ran away in fear. Su Qing tried to catch them all, his face clearly showing a perverse expression. If you don't lay an egg for me every day, I'll start drinking chicken soup. Hearing Su Qing's threat, the chickens quickly gathered their inner strength and laid a few eggs. The next day, when Song Shui saw Su Qing had arrived, she immediately got to the point, I have conducted the experiment with the 5-seal pill you gave me. The potency of this medicine is too strong, using it will be extremely painful, but it has a very significant effect on enhancing strength. Su Qing sat across from her, the corners of his mouth slightly curling up. Can you think of a way to gift this medicine to Lu Yuanwu? Upon hearing this, Song Shui immediately guessed, are you looking for Lu grandfather? Hearing the familiar address from her mouth, Su Qing was extremely taken aback. You call him grandfather. With Jin Song Shui's recommendation, you quickly connected with Lu Yuanwu. He was very interested in the 5-seal pill you mentioned, which enhances power. At that moment, he approached Yuanwu, who immediately handed him a pill. Seeing the pill in his hand, Su Qing frowned in hesitation. I wonder if the professional disregards the lives of the military, and with my own 5-seal pill being too potent, can we survive this apocalypse? At this time, the system displayed a message, after resolving your aspirations, focus on eating the eggs laid by the spirit rooster, wanting to quickly enhance your physique to the point where you can use the 5-seal pill. Then, Su Qing went home and quickly made a hot omelette. He even added a sprinkle of loving seasoning. The system reminded him, one day, while you are seriously roasting chicken, you suddenly hear Jin Song Shui calling you. Just as he was enjoying the hot chicken, a voice came through, Su Qing, are you here? He immediately left his meal and went to the time portal. Coming. He approached and gently opened the door. As soon as he opened it, Su Qing exclaimed in astonishment, oh my, what is this? Song Shui brought a few police officers to his house. There's no time to explain. Before Su Qing could fully understand the situation, Song Shui hurriedly grabbed his head, "Come with me quickly." At that moment, her private jet smoothly started up. Su Qing, with no other option, could only follow behind Song Shui. Upon seeing the scene before him, he felt a moment of fear. There's even a helicopter, is this really necessary? Song Shui, what on earth is going on? Song Shui chuckled softly and praised, "Your 5-seal pill has made a significant contribution." Hearing this, his eyes immediately shifted, and he felt a flicker of joy inside. It really works. Transitioning to a place called the People's Altar, someone stepped in and politely spoke, "Hello, Chief." As Song Shui's helicopter landed, many men approached to show their respect, "Chief." At this moment, Yuan Wu came out from inside, his voice low and gentle, "Su Qing, according to the predictions of the military's internal experts, an average of 5 seal pills can increase a great master's strength by 5 portions. As soon as he finished speaking, a serious look appeared in his eyes as he reminded, "How many 5 seal pills can you currently refine?" Su Qing pondered and estimated, "If calculated carefully, we could provide 200 pills in a month." Song Shui was a bit surprised to hear this, "So in 5 months, wouldn't we be able to create 200 Grandmaster-level strong individuals?" Yuan Wu was silent for a moment before calmly speaking, "This would be an enormous enhancement for all of Great Xia and for all humanity. I can offer you a 3rd-class treatment, as long as you can provide enough 5-seal pills." Upon hearing this, not only was Su Qing surprised, but Song Shui was equally astonished. 3rd class? Even Lu grandfather is only 2nd class. In all of Great Xia, only a few hundred people enjoy 3rd-class treatment, most of whom have sacrificed for the people. In other words, you would now be the top human. Hearing this implication, Su Qing hesitated slightly, "The top human, does that mean I could?" Then he decisively laid down a condition, "I want to know if there are cultivating immortals dungeons in this world." Song Shui laughed and asked back, "Like the Qin Yun spiritual field we visited before?" Su Qing nodded in agreement, "Exactly." Yuan Wu spoke up at the same time, "They exist, but only in documents, they cannot provide coordinates." Su Qing firmly asserted, "These materials are very important to me. I will seriously practice making the 5-seal pill." Seeing her resolute demeanor, Yuan Wu nodded in agreement. "All right, I will quickly arrange this for you." As soon as the conditions were accepted, a hint of excitement surged in Su Qing's heart. Surely, there are not only dungeons for cultivating immortals like Qin Yun. There must be opportunities in those dungeons similar to those of Qin Yun Zi. Time passed quickly, and 3 days later, in the study, Song Shui appeared looking splendid. "I've gone to the tarot meeting first, you can take your time." Su Qing nodded in response. "Thank you. It's right here. System, I want to spend 100,000 energy points to simulate role-playing for 1 hour." Immediately, the system displayed a notification. "You have spent 100,000 energy points, choosing to simulate role-playing for 1 hour. You now have 407,000 energy points remaining." Upon receiving the notification, Su Qing frowned in shock. "Am I inside now?" Just like a crossover, this 100,000 energy points were not wasted. As he touched the materials on the table, the speaker suddenly rang out. "Top secret." What materials are considered top secret? Su Qing was briefly startled, standing frozen for a few seconds. The system screen suddenly switched along with a notification. Dungeon name, a territory of the blood demon. Difficulty, 4 stars. Attention, attention, cultivating immortal type dungeons are extremely dangerous. Professionals below the Grandmaster level are not recommended to enter. NPCs inside may reach legendary or even saint level. It is advised that exploring this dungeon requires a team of at least 5 Heavenly King level professionals. After reading this, Su Qing was left dumbfounded, not knowing how to react. The system even added another reminder. And it is recommended to have a martial emperor level powerhouse leading the team. Su Qing began carefully reviewing the newly received information. A territory of the blood demon. 7 Heavenly King level professionals and 2 martial emperor level professionals have already died in this dungeon. Is this a dungeon or a meat grinder? Flipping through the documents, he muttered endlessly in disbelief, no wonder cultivating immortal type dungeons are always kept secret from the public, they're insanely dangerous. The system then began displaying guidance for Su Qing. A territory of the blood demon, 4-star difficulty. Upon entering the dungeon, you will arrive near a sect called the Shui demonic sect. Once you get there, immediately run north. The southwest is the main lair of the Shui demonic sect. It further emphasized. The disciples of the Shui demonic sect in this dungeon all love slaughtering. Hunt professionals enter dungeons without distinguishing whether they possess a special magic weapon that can track the location of professionals. A clear testament to this is the countless experts who have perished in this place. Su Qing leaned in, reading carefully, not daring to miss a single word. Hunt does not discriminate, tracking locations, isn't this a case where one enters and another dies? Suddenly, his mind was illuminated by another fact. Wait, if someone transmitted this news outside, then there must be someone who has survived from the dungeons. Su Qing felt extremely tense and urgently continued to investigate. Let me see if I can find out more. Eventually, he found information about the identity of the informant, the one who provided this dungeon, Xiang Shu, with the recorded date being April 26, 1978, in the new era. A new plan began to take shape in Su Qing's mind. A professional as powerful as that must still be alive. I need to find that person first and ask how to get through the dungeons. In the darkness, he sighed to himself, but right now, I am just a lowly foundation establishment stage cultivator, I shouldn't harbor any illusions about a dungeon of this level. Nevertheless, he remained determined not to give up just yet. Aren't there any dungeons that I can explore at my current stage? Heaven does not disappoint those who strive, and his eyes lit up when he discovered the target within reach. Dungeon name, Luo Tian Grand Assembly, difficulty 2 stars. Note, this dungeon poses almost no life-threatening danger, but the benefits of the dungeon are very low. Su Qing exclaimed excitedly, the difficulty is only 2 stars. The professional system began to provide him with information. This dungeon is a time-space cyclical dungeon. Only one professional can enter at a time, and the average time spent inside is 1 day. This day is referred to by the cultivators in the dungeon as the first day of the year 726 in the Luo Tian calendar, which is also the Luo Tian Grand Assembly held once a year. The professional will be fixed to cross over into the body of a foundation establishment stage cultivator named Xiao Xian and experience everything this person goes through on this day. Su Qing read the guide while murmuring calculations. Except for memories, professionals entering this dungeon cannot bring anything out from within. He closed the book and quickly concluded. I can go to this dungeon to take a look, although I can't take anything out, sometimes the memories of a cultivator are the most valuable assets. Still excited, Su Qing turned to read another guidebook. The next one. The corners of his mouth couldn't stop the delighted smile. Difficulty level 1 star, even lower than the Luo Tian Grand Assembly. At the same time, at the end of Dharma era, the system narrated. The time point in this dungeon is the final period of cultivators, as the spiritual energy of heaven and earth has been depleted for thousands of years, along with the lack of a cultivation tool called spirit stones. In this dungeon, almost all cultivators are stuck at the refined chi stage. A familiar figure left Su Qing speechless. Isn't this me? The storyline continued through the system. The 3 major sects in this dungeon, Fuxing Sect, Xianhuang Sect, and Changxian Sect, once had the presence of ancient cultivators and still retain a certain amount of skills for cultivating immortals. A strong desire to possess quickly surged within Su Qing. Skills for cultivating immortals. This is perfect for me to explore. Suddenly, he remembered some strange things. Could it be that this Changxian sect has something to do with the Changchun technique? Could it be that the Changchun technique of the Advent sect comes from this dungeon? The system urgently reminded Su Qing. The role-playing simulation experience only has 10 minutes left, please arrange your time wisely. He exclaimed in astonishment. 10 minutes? Is it that quick? Even faster than me. Without hesitation, Su Qing took out his phone and immediately pressed the call button. He directly requested on the other end, Chief Lu, I want the locations of the 2 dungeons, End of Dharma Era and Luo Tian Grand Assembly. Yuan Wu quickly updated, I can give you the coordinates for End of Dharma Era, but Luo Tian Grand Assembly was closed 3 years ago, so it's useless for you to have it. Su Qing replied seriously, "It doesn't matter if it's closed, just send me both coordinates." Yuan Wu cautiously continued, "All right, I will read them, you write them down." Since he was the only one who knew the truth about those dungeons, in the simulation, Luo Tian Grand Assembly had ended, but in the real world, it hadn't. With the addresses secured, Su Qing excitedly made up his mind, these 100,000 energy points are truly worth it, these 2 coordinates won't take away from my reward. The system urgently displayed a reminder, the simulate experience intrusion has only 10 seconds left, does the host want to exit? He decisively pressed the confirm button to leave, exit. Lying back on his familiar bed, Su Qing joyfully exclaimed, "I'm back." He took out his phone, excitedly implementing his plan, while there's still time, remember to quickly note down the coordinates. After that, Su Qing hurriedly began to proceed. These 2 dungeons are said to have low difficulty, but the end of Dharma era still has ancient cultivators. To ensure safety, it's better to wait until my cultivation breaks through before going. Continuing to simulate, after you obtain the coordinates from Lu Yuan Wu, start focusing on refining pills. Every day you persist in eating spirit rice and consuming a large amount of spirit rooster eggs to replenish your stamina. The cultivation of refining the body has broken through to the peak of the bone-forging realm. Su Qing leaned back in his chair, leisurely commenting, but the cultivation of refining qi is still at the peak of the foundation establishment realm, just refining the body is not effective. Taking out the secret method, he seriously pondered, could it be that my cultivation method has issues? Or should I check the skills that Qin Yunzi left for me? Suddenly, he discovered the crucial point, here. Su Qing urgently calculated, breaking through to the golden elixir requires concentrating a large amount of spiritual energy in the Dantian. The concentration of spiritual energy in the secret realm is too low to meet this condition. I need to think of a way to concentrate a large amount of spiritual energy in a short time. Then, he went back inside, rummaging through the storage box. I remember there is a type of pill called the primal nourishing pill, whose main ingredient is the primal nourishing herb. Heaven helps those who have the will. Su Qing exclaimed excitedly, I found it. He quickly began to cultivate the primal nourishing herb, activating his talent, unshakable. Years passed, and after failing for the nth time, he finally refined 5 low-grade primal nourishing pills. Su Qing enthusiastically exclaimed, the primal nourishing pill is different from the 5-seal pill. His long efforts had finally paid off. The potency of the 5-seal pill is more violent and intense. For cultivators with insufficient physical constitution, it can cause bodily harm and even pose a risk of death. However, the primal nourishing pill is much gentler, and even a refined Qi stage practitioner using it will not suffer any harm. Without hesitation, Su Qing quickly used his newly refined pills. After taking them, a wave of intense spiritual energy surged through Su Qing's body. This spiritual energy was endless, and even its quality was several times better than before. The overwhelming power made him extremely satisfied. Although my cultivation is still at the peak of the foundation establishment realm, my strength has at least increased several times. Indeed, the path of cultivating immortals requires constant exploration. With everything prepared, Su Qing resolutely headed towards the target dungeons. It seems that by the time I break through to the golden elixir realm, I might be comparable to an ordinary great master at the professional level. He resolutely made a firm decision. At that time, I can completely explore the dungeons of the end of Dharma era. The focused process of body refining for Su Qing began like this. In the 12th year, he felt his cultivation becoming increasingly solid, with a premonition of soon breaking through to the golden elixir realm. Thus, he spent 3 months preparing over 100 primal nourishing pills, ready to surge into the golden elixir realm. From deep within every cell, Su Qing sensed immense power. My spiritual energy has never been so full before. His divine consciousness seemed to be further enlightened, like a dry stream finally gathering into a river. It could be said that Su Qing's body and mind were reaching the highest realm of comprehension. He excitedly exclaimed, it feels like spring is resonating in my heart, bringing forth strong buds and shoots. This feeling of ethereal intoxication bursts forth, charging straight to the tomb. A brilliant column of light appeared. Su Qing eagerly whispered to himself, am I finally about to succeed? The scenery outside trembled violently, as nature seemed to resonate with Su Qing's power. Achieving his goal, he proudly laughed heartily, 1 golden elixir into my belly. Our destiny is determined by ourselves. Once this simulation ends and the required resources are paid, I will immediately become a golden elixir pre-stage. Su Qing used his spiritual energy to open the furnace, saying, "Open." He received golden pills, breakthrough to the golden elixir pre-stage, your strength will soar. Refining pills is as easy as eating and drinking. The pills were produced in such abundance that they were placed in large boxes, distributed for everyone to take. Because you promptly provided medicine, the situation in the demon-suppressing pass not only did not tilt to one side but rather seemed to develop in a better direction. Su Qing stood in the courtyard, enjoying the cool breeze. A sky without a giant beast truly is a blue sky. He gazed at the clear sky with a gentle smile. Just when you think everything has ended. Suddenly, Yuan Wu rushed to him. "Su Qing, something happened to Song Shui." He was startled and turned back to look. Su Qing was alarmed and guessed, "Is she dead?" He looked tired, his face showing clear signs of exhaustion, and quickly recounted the situation. "No, but she has been seriously injured. Without 2 years of recovery, she won't be able to heal." He fell silent, carefully considering everything. Jin Song Shui's injury makes you realize that the revolution has not succeeded. You still need to keep trying. Then Su Qing presented a list of medicinal herbs. "Chief Fian Lu, please help me prepare these herbs, I need to concoct healing medicine." Yuan Wu happily reached out to take the paper. "That's great, the front line needs this." In the secret realm of Qin Yun, he sat down and began to channel spiritual energy to refine the pill furnaces around him. Besides the medicinal herbs, you also asked Lu Yuan Wu to find someone to refine over 1,000 pill furnaces. You will be in seclusion, diligently cultivating, and refine over 10,000 healing pills. On the battlefield, everyone is doing their best to eliminate the demon objects. The healing medicine you provided has eased the pressure on the front line. But by the 15th year in the simulation, seeing one of his sleeves empty, he couldn't help but be surprised. "Chief, what is this?" Yuan Wu wearily announced shocking news. "The demon-suppressing pass has fallen, you should leave here now." Su Qing gritted his teeth in anger and muttered, "Is it still a failure? I've been refining pills to the point of forgetting to eat and sleep, and all it did was delay the apocalypse by a month." Under the glaring sunlight, he indifferently asked, "Chief, what do you think we need to do to defeat those demon clans?" Yuan Wu closed his eyes, sighed in frustration, and casually said, "Unless a miracle happens." Then, he faced him and straightforwardly presented the second answer, "Or a human appears as a..." Yuan Wu decisively added, "Strong true deity." Su Qing was bewildered and understood nothing. Suddenly, a large dragon appeared from nowhere, roaring a terrifying sound and brandishing its claws at the two. Witnessing this scene, he became even more confused. He waved his hand signaling Su Qing to leave. "What do you want to do?" "You quickly go find a place to hide. As a soldier, I must stand my ground." Yuan Wu glanced back at him and calmly declared, "I must coexist or perish with Great Xiao." As soon as he finished, he resolutely took off into the sky. "Mixed breed, surrender your life here." Thousands of powerful spiritual energy beams shot straight towards the dragon. At this moment, he also understood that, in the final moments, everyone did not give up. Su Qing frowned, seriously observing the battle taking place. Everyone exerted all their strength to try to eliminate the dragon. It turned out that before the giant beast devoured the entire world, many professionals were fighting desperately. However, the powerful moves it unleashed caused the void to tremble. And then everyone was knocked down by that move. Everyone was caught off guard, and they all fell to the ground. A badge fell from above, landing next to his feet. Su Qing picked it up and held it tightly in his hand. "Is a true deity-level strongman appearing?" He looked up and quickly made a decision. "The apocalypse is coming soon, let's try hiding in the spiritual field to see if we can escape." As the dragon was condensing energy into a large sphere, Su Qing opened the gate to the spiritual field. "This giant beast is doing it on purpose, my ears are about to go deaf." He then successfully entered the spiritual field. Seeing the surreal scene before him, as if real and dreamlike, Su Qing was astonished. "What's going on?" At that moment, the familiar mechanical voice of the system echoed, "You have been pulled into the chaotic space flow, you have been torn into fragments, this simulation has ended." He was brought back to reality, bewildered as he looked at his palm. Chaotic space flow. So it means that when the apocalypse comes, hiding in the spirit field blessed land is useless. The system interface displayed rewards for Su Qing to choose from. Please select a reward: dignified bearing, green talent, costing 10,000 energy points, bone forging realm completion cultivation, costing 11,000 energy points, 10 years of experience in refining pills. You have 100,000 energy points, and you are at the first level of the golden elixir stage. Note that your golden elixir is only a medium-grade pill. It requires continuous refinement and condensation to become a high-grade golden elixir, or even a 9-transformation golden elixir, which costs 110,000 energy points. He stroked his chin, carefully considering, dignified bearing is of no use, I must definitely choose to cultivate the golden elixir. As for the experience in refining pills. Then Su Qing reached out and lightly touched the system panel. Let's choose that too. There will be many places where refining pills will be needed in the future. You have chosen to gain 10 years of experience in refining pills, and to cultivate the golden elixir stage at the first level, leaving you with 197,000 energy points. The system announced again, beginning cultivation transfer. Please remain alert, host. He was startled and didn't understand what was about to happen. Alert? How alert do I need to be? At that moment, a powerful stream of energy like lava continuously poured into Su Qing. He felt that stream of energy and had to grit his teeth to endure it. I feel like my body is on fire. Su Qing suddenly opened his eyes wide, seemingly seeing the scene of vibrant sprouts growing on barren rocks. It seems something is about to be unearthed. The sprouts reached out to absorb the surrounding spiritual energy, which condensed into a large tree. Once it had absorbed enough heaven and earth spiritual energy, the great tree blossomed with golden flowers. From within the radiant golden bloom, a small fruit appeared, golden flowers bearing golden fruit. He relaxed, enjoying the immense spiritual energy swirling around his body. So this is what the golden elixir feels like. This is amazing, this is bliss. I'm in ecstasy. Suddenly, the system's warning tone sounded. Host, please do not indulge yourself. Focus on forming your golden elixir. Su Qing instantly snapped out of his trance. He hurriedly sat cross-legged and began the process of condensing the golden elixir. Not long after, when Su Qing opened his eyes, a mystical golden light shone within them. The golden elixir inside his body had successfully formed, radiating a mighty flow of energy. Su Qing jolted in shock, stunned beyond expectation. This is... A small whirlwind of spiritual energy burst out from his hand. Then that whirlwind wrapped around him and carried him out of the building. A spiritual energy cyclone. The cyclone grew bigger and stronger, pulling him farther and farther away. Su Qing was terrified, unable to fully control it. Even a gold-level professional might not withstand this. I have to suppress it. The golden elixir stage's vortex was overwhelmingly powerful. Its explosive, surging spiritual energy devastated everything in the surrounding area. If not, the entire Capital Vocational University will be turned into flatland. He struggled to condense spiritual energy in the palm of his hand. Su Qing tried to control it to the point of exhaustion, his breath becoming heavy. After a while, he returned to the room, resting his hand on the bed frame. His body trembled continuously. Fortunately, I managed to control it in time, otherwise, the entire dormitory building would have exploded. I'm scared that I might be regarded as a terrorist and get caught. At this moment, Su Qing was quite excited about his own power. I never expected that just relying on cultivation at the golden elixir stage could yield such destructive power. Indeed, cultivating immortals is the right path. Practicing at that level is just a low-level profession. He chuckled with satisfaction, clenching his hand to unleash spiritual energy. One simulation saved me 15 years of hard training. Now I am also a golden elixir stage cultivator. Su Qing's realm is the early stage of golden elixir. His golden elixir was surrounded by a blazing flame. Recalling the demon beasts, he continuously reminded himself, steady, don't waver, steady, don't waver, steady, don't waver. I am still far from the true deity level. To prevent the apocalypse, I must continue to grow stronger. The system also provided information about Su Qing. Cultivation, golden elixir stage first layer, body refinement realm great perfection. Skill, Chang Chun technique, innate talent, dual wood and fire element spiritual roots, die without closing eyes, master of great strength, continuous good luck, instant mental calculation, unshakable. He carefully examined the data on the board. Now I have 6 innate talents, but I don't know how many I can actually control. But why is there an additional spirit-bursting art? Suddenly, Su Qing thought of something. Could it be that the air vortex I previously tried to condense has been identified as a skill by the professional analysis board? He smiled brightly, his excitement shining like a blooming flower, clenching his fists with enthusiasm. This means that even though I can't acquire skills through methods like defeating monsters or opening treasure chests to obtain skill scrolls, I can comprehend skills on my own. Isn't this the possession of limitless potential? Refreshing. Su Qing could imagine waving his hand and wiping out all the demon beasts. He smiled excitedly as he looked at the whirlpool of spiritual energy in his hand. So, as long as there is enough spiritual energy in my body, I can continuously unleash spells like the fire spirit bursting art, meaning I don't have to wait for skills. Remembering the book of Qin Quan and her alluring appearance, Su Qing secretly made a resolution. However, to be honest, I am now in the early stage of golden elixir. The top priority task is to obtain the lower part of the Changchun technique to have a chance to break through to the nascent soul stage, or even a higher realm. It seems I will have to join the Advent sect again next time. Su Qing reached out towards the system panel filled with lines of data. Start simulate, this time I must find new clues in the Advent sect. It was simulation day again. This time, you will do whatever it takes to follow Wang Qin Quan and join the Advent sect. He stepped into the main hall of the Advent sect. Eldering was sitting leisurely above, looking down at Su Qing. Our Advent sect does not accept useless individuals, although Protector Wang has recommended you, you must demonstrate your abilities. He unleashed his spiritual energy, confidently stepping forward, smiling as he said, I understand, could you call a disciple here? Then Su Qing directly pierced through the body of the guard beside him. You have injured Elder Ying's guard, and now use healing medicine and blood replenishing pills to treat this person on the spot. The guard swallowed the pill, and the wound immediately healed. He stepped down to inspect, genuinely surprised by the effects of the pill. It's really this miraculous. These 2 types of pills, at the very least, they're mid-grade healing medicines. Eldering nodded in satisfaction, pointed behind him, and issued an order. Very good. From now on, you will be the medicine elder of our sect. You will research and refine pills for us. Thank you. Just like that, he put on the elder's robes, added a mask, and instantly radiated an air of mystery. You have successfully joined the Advent sect and received the position of elder, but you still cannot enter the treasure vault to look for the Changchun technique. Fortunately, an opportunity came quickly. The man carefully examined the golden pill in his hand. Medicine elder, I've heard you wish to enter the treasure vault. I can give you that opportunity. Su Qing was curious. What opportunity? Eldering clapped his hands, signaling his subordinate to bring something in. Bring everything inside. The healing medicine you refined has been extremely helpful to our sect. Soon, a box filled with precious medicinal herbs was carried over. He stated the condition. As long as you can refine 1,000 pills within half a year, I can allow you entry into the treasure vault to search and examine freely. Su Qing eagerly examined the pile of medicinal ingredients, then asked, can I use all of this? Eldering agreed decisively and even reminded him that. No mistakes, no shortcomings, just speak frankly. Su Qing excitedly hugged a corner of ginseng and beamed a bright smile. You lied about the quantity of medicinal materials, secretly embezzling most of them. Then I accept it. Before long, a number of brilliant gold pills were created. Using some scrap samples, 500 healing pills and 105 seal pills were refined. All the pills were packed in large chests. Meanwhile, Su Qing calmly utilized spiritual energy, refining one batch of pills after another. They have no idea about your superficiality, they just consider your pill refining technique to be like this. At this point, you start to take advantage of the resources of the Advent sect, stepping onto the path of stealing medicinal materials to refine pills. Yet he comfortably refined an exquisite pill. The quality of the medicinal materials from the Advent sect is indeed very good. This primal nourishing pill can enhance my divine consciousness. I must take advantage of this eastern wind to refine even more exquisite pills. Looking at the chests full of medicinal materials behind him, Su Qin thought. Is this an illusion of mine? Why do I feel that the medicinal materials provided by the Advent sect are even better than those from the Great Xia army? 6 months later, Elder Ing appeared. He came to see him to announce important news. Elder Medicine, you have completed the test and can now go to the treasure vault to search for it. Su Qin replied happily, thank you very much. In a place where no one could see, his eyes clearly showed a sense of pride. Finally, I can enter the treasure vault now. Elder Ing led him to a dark forest. Su Qin looked around in confusion. Elder Ing, aren't we going to the treasure vault? Is this eunuch going to trap me? Ing calmly replied, this is the way to the treasure vault. He hesitantly asked Elder Ing, isn't the treasure vault located within the Advent sect? Ing stopped in front of a colorful archway. Who told you that the treasure vault must be a structure of this world? Su Qin, behind the screen, stared wide-eyed in confusion. This world? Could it be? Under the strange archway, Elder Ing directly revealed the truth. That's right, the treasure of the sect does not exist in this world, but in the dungeons. He was stunned to realize the hidden reason all along. Is this the reason why everyone from the Advent sect are traitors? They are fundamentally not people of this world. Su Qin tried to remain calm as he asked the question that had always puzzled him. Dungeons can disappear at any time, aren't you afraid that the treasures in the vault will vanish along with the dungeons? He bluntly interrupted him, this is not something you should be concerned about. Outside the screen, he irritably raised his middle finger in a friendly manner towards him, this damn eunuch, if you don't want to talk, then don't. Su Qin angrily commanded the system, I want to exchange for 1 hour of role-playing simulation. The cold voice of the system echoed, you have spent 100,000 accumulated points to maintain the role-playing simulation for 1 hour, you have 693,000 points remaining. When he opened his eyes, he had entered the character. Su Qin seriously looked at the appearance of the gate to the dungeons. The large door of the vault looks even more magnificent than when viewed in the system. Ing Elder turned back and urged, Medicine Elder, stop dawdling and come with me. He casually agreed, all right. Then, Su Qin followed him into the gate leading to the instance. In an instant, he had reached the dungeons. This place was a grand mansion, always brightly lit. Ing Elder led the way, and Su Qin leisurely followed behind. He reached out to lightly touch a branch, smirking as he commented, although the technology in our world is very advanced. But the circumstances are seriously polluted, this place is completely different. He stopped, turned around abruptly, firmly believing, could it be that the Medicine Elder wants to join our natural faction? Su Qin blankly repeated those words, natural faction. At this moment, he calmly recounted the situation within the sect. Our Advent sect has been established for nearly 1,000 years. After 1,000 years of change, the sect has divided into 3 factions, with 2 opposing each other, while another faction maintains a neutral stance. They are the natural faction, the fanatic faction, and the coexistence faction. Among them, the faction that causes everyone to suffer is the fanatic faction. The people of the fanatic faction are a bunch of crazies. What they believe in and worship is the great heavenly master, hoping to sacrifice themselves to make the clan chief come to the blue star. The fanatic faction has many followers, everyone is angry at their actions but dares not believe it. He quickly understood the issue, his face clearly showing signs of frustration. Isn't this just the radical elements? They think that the existence of humanity is the root of all evil. What about the coexistence faction? Ing Elder described their cringing, kneeling demeanor. They are a bunch of cowards. Thanks to the great clan chief, we can respect the Advent sect because he works to ensure that most people survive. He despises their actions, his tone full of disdain, a bunch of naive fools, what basis do we have to coexist with the great clan chief? We are not worthy of that. Recalling the brutal appearance of the demon beasts, Su Qin understood one thing, it sounds like the coexistence faction is the most humane, but their humanity is too weak. I have simulated many times, and not once have I avoided being swallowed by a giant beast. The hopes of the coexistence faction are just hopes. However, he wanted to know the ideals of the other faction, so, what about your natural faction? Elder Ing was quite confident in his faction. Our natural faction pursues the most natural and original aspects of the world. In this world where material desires are rampant, we firmly believe that nature is the closest to the truth. He felt helpless in front of Ying's demeanor. Su Qing could only wipe the beads of sweat rolling down his face. Although this theory is somewhat vast, it sounds quite ordinary. Hearing this, Eldering joyfully grabbed his hand. I knew it, Medicine Elder, you would understand me. Join the natural faction with us. We will help you escape from the inferior race of humans. Su Qing was confused and didn't understand what was happening. Huh? He stared blankly, like a cat caught in a trap, quickly retracting his hand. No way, wait a minute. How can humans be considered inferior? He seemed to be able to imagine the scene of towering skyscrapers in the future. Humans have developed to the point of destroying countless forests and mountains. They are the ones who slaughter nature. But the great clan chiefs are different. They are the clan chiefs closest to the truth, the most natural beings in this world. Clan chiefs possess immense power, capable of influencing many worlds. The Ying Elder lifted Su Qing's face, his gaze flashing with a hint of threat. Therefore, humans must infinitely approach clan chiefs. This is the belief of our natural faction. He was terrified and hesitantly replied, approach? How can we get close? Wai directly opened his coat, revealing a series of slimy tentacles that rushed out, leaving Su Qing stunned. He removed the mask, revealing a sharp gaze that had always been hidden, then directed the tentacles to reach out. He looked at those tentacles, a wave of nausea rising from his stomach. Your stomach. At this moment, Eldering excitedly lifted a tentacle and shared news that left Su Qing in shock. This is a reward from the great clan chief for me, a part of Lord Ying. I have modified nearly 1/5 of my entire body already, and I will soon be able to escape my human identity. Ying continuously seduced him to join the group. Medicine Elder, join us, the body of Lord Ying possesses boundless power. My strength has surged, all thanks to these parts. Su Qing, terrified, pressed himself against the wall, wanting to avoid the evil hands of Ying. Stay away from me, just stay away. He abruptly turned and left, sighing in frustration. The spirit of the natural faction is also not normal. Could it be that the predecessor of the Advent sect was a mental hospital? However, Eldering did not give up and proposed another condition. Medicine Elder, as long as you join us, I will definitely report to the organization and find you a perfect clan chief body. Su Qing leaned away, hurriedly declining the invitation. Let's talk about it later, let's talk about it later. I have only joined the sect for half a year, I am not qualified yet. He quickly distanced himself from Ying and shifted the topic. By the way, where is the treasure vault? Shouldn't we go there now? Eldering pointed behind Su Qing, it's right in front of you. The scene shifted, and the two appeared in another magnificent grand hall. Su Qing silently speculated, a completely different world, could this be some secret realm for cultivating immortals? He looked up at the ceiling and couldn't help but exclaim, so many treasures. Just taking one could buy an entire nation. Eldering confidently replied, this is just a corner of the Advent sect's ice mountain. Then he respectfully reported, Long Protector, this is Su Qing, who has just been promoted to Elder of our sect, here to choose treasures. The Long Protector didn't ask many questions and simply nodded in agreement, yes. As Su Qing walked through the corridor filled with gold, silver, and jewels, he questioned, are these all real gold? Eldering succinctly answered, these are merely ordinary items. The truly valuable things of our Advent sect are the artifacts, equipment, ancient books, and rare treasures. It's not an exaggeration to say that our treasure trove is no less than that of Great Xia. Hearing this, Su Qing silently assessed, aside from the giant beasts, Great Xia has strong enemies like the Advent sect, it's no wonder they suffered such a terrible defeat. At this moment, Eldering turned to ask. Medicine Elder, what are you looking for? I will take you to find it. He quickly replied. I want to go to the ancient book section to have a look. Then both of them quickly moved to the book storage. He introduced, this is the place. Su Qing was taken aback, is there really that much? The Ying Elder politely offered, Medicine Elder, take your time to look around. If you have any questions, just ask me. He hurriedly thanked him while thinking, the ancient book section must be filled with top-tier skills, right? He reached out and randomly picked a book, and upon reading its content, he blushed and nearly choked, the untold story between Feng Yu Elder and his 108th boyfriend. Next, he took another book, and the content was not much better than the previous one, daily records of Yang's scholar delving into the depths, and how he could dual cultivate with the elder of Huan's sect without a Dao partner. Su Qing's mind soared, and he immediately thought of those girls who reverse attack and defend. Is cultivating immortals in these dungeons about proper cultivation, or is it for evil cultivators? At that moment, Su Qing disregarded everything else, happily absorbing the information. Actually, reading a bit is fine, isn't this just a travelogue? The name sounds quite dramatic, he pouted in reproach, it's a waste for me to wait. Suddenly, he looked at the packaging and noticed something strange. This is. On the inside of the paper, 3 words appeared, pill condensing art. Su Qing was overjoyed. Pill condensing art condenses spiritual energy. Using 10 golden elixirs can improve the quality of the golden elixir. This is exactly what I need. Eldering questioned, could it be that the medicine elder wants to cultivate immortals? Although your profession is that of a cultivator, our world has no spiritual energy, how can one cultivate immortals? Su Qing explained, cultivation and pill refining are inherited traditions. Pill refining is an external alchemy art, while cultivation is an internal alchemy art. Although I am not destined for the path of cultivating immortals, I still have the intention to refine more for the sect. To make better pills, I naturally have to learn this pill condensing art. Seeing his determination, she clapped her hands in delight. The medicine elder truly has ambition. A while later, Su Qing asked seriously, is there a lower part of the Chang Chun technique? I have finished the upper part and learned a lot. He replied, there is, but the lower part requires 100,000 contribution points, and you don't have enough points right now. Su Qing was taken aback, is that much needed? Qin Quan once said that the upper part only requires 1,000 contribution points. Wai shook his head, the skill of cultivating immortals from our sect is mostly in the hands of the fanatic faction. Those crazies are just as obsessed with cultivating immortals as you are. If you want to buy skills from them, of course, it will be very expensive. Su Qing speculated, obsessed like me? Could it be that the people of the fanatic faction can also cultivate immortals as a profession just like me? Suddenly, he realized, no, the profession panel clearly states that the profession of cultivator is only mine. If the fanatic faction can cultivate immortals, then there is only one truth. A crazy thought flashed through his mind, they are not from this world. At this moment, he patted Su Qing on the back, urging him to move. Medicine elder, come on, let's go to the treasure area of our Advent sect and take a look. Here, we have 100-year-old blood ginseng, the main ingredient for concocting blood tonic. 50-year-old resurrection grass, the main herb for refining resurrection pills. A single pill can restore primordial energy to someone on the brink of death. And there's also 200-year-old dragon's eye grass and 500-year-old new flower. Looking at the pile of herbs, he was stunned. This treasure trove holds the entire herb garden of a sect. He patted his shoulder and confided, brother, in the entire Advent sect, you are the only refined pill master. In other words, you are the only one who can use these top-tier herbs. Su Qing excitedly turned to him, really? Actually, I also know how to refine a few extraordinary pills, but I've always been troubled by the lack of herbs. He replied nonchalantly, of course, you just need to have someone register before you take them, and then give 70% of the refined pills to the higher-ups. Su Qing's heart raced, the Advent sect doesn't understand pill refining, so the number of pills produced isn't up to them, right? Damn it, I'm going to make a fortune this time. He then held the ginseng and said, so first, I'll take 100 elixirs. I guarantee that within 6 months, I will refine 3 new types of pills for the sect. He agreed, alright, please have medicine elder follow me to register with Long Protector. Su Qing grabbed the ancient book from earlier and said, and this ancient book as well. He also responded casually, sure. But in his heart, he secretly admired, the cover of the book is really unique to medicine elder. After that, the two went to meet Long Protector. Ing Elder opened the conversation, Long Protector, we are here to register for elixirs and the ancient book. Suddenly, Long Protector seemed to realize something, his eyes widened in shock. He darkened his face and questioned, did you take the pill condensing art? Are you a cultivator? Su Qing quickly replied, no, my profession is a cultivator, I only know how to refine pills. The man did not believe him, no, you are a golden elixir stage cultivator. The most effective thing in this book is the pill condensing art. You can only use accumulated points to exchange for it. Su Qing was stunned, not knowing this outcome beforehand. This is bad, I've been too careless. The man, with a fierce expression, asked, who exactly are you? How could you still cultivate to the golden elixir stage in this end of Dharma era? Su Qing broke out in a cold sweat. He can see through my cultivation. He is. Then, he reached out to attack. Where do your spiritual energy and spirit stones come from? Elder Ing rushed out to shield Su Qing, explaining, Long Protector, you misunderstand. How could the medicine elder be a golden elixir stage cultivator? He fundamentally has no spirit stones. Despite the explanation, he was still struck through the body by Long Protector. Su Qing shouted in shock, Elder Ing. At that moment, Long Protector had lunged forward to choke him. Su Qing struggled and asked, are you, a cultivator? He speculated that only a cultivator with extremely strong power could investigate the cultivation of another cultivator. Suddenly, he cried out, tell me, where are the spirit stones and spiritual energy? Su Qing was too exhausted to respond, tears and snot streaming down his face. Then, the system announced, this role-playing simulation has ended. In the treasure vault of the Advent Sect, you were soul-searched by the Long Protector. The system will automatically conceal memories related to the simulation mechanism in your mind. The Long Protector soul-searched you for over 10 minutes. Due to the altered memories, in the eyes of the Long Protector, you are a lucky individual who randomly received a considerable amount of spirit stones and skills for cultivating immortals. Su Qing doubted, then why did I die? Didn't you conceal the memories? The system replied, due to the soul-searching, you became a vegetable. The Long Protector, seeing your foolish appearance and drooling, was displeased and struck you down. You died, and this simulation has ended. After hearing the reason, Su Qing angrily cursed and swore, Advent Sect, I will eventually destroy your entire hospital. He pondered, the soul-searching art used by the Long Protector in the simulation must be a type of magic that only cultivators can control, and I am the only cultivator in this world. So, from which world does a cultivator like the Long Protector come? Suddenly, an idea flashed in his mind. Wait, isn't Qin Yunzi a cultivator from the dungeons of the Qinyan sect? Could it be that the Long Protector is? He recalled Song Shue's words, that's right, our sect's treasure trove is not in this world, but in the dungeons. Thinking back to Qin Yunzi, he pondered, this spirit-field blessed land is a minor realm that I refined. Su Qing thought, if the treasure of the Advent Sect is similar to the spiritual field that Qin Yunzi left for me, then it must be a mission field from some dungeon. So, wouldn't the Long Protector be similar to Qin Yunzi, a character from some dungeon? And the demon beasts that cause human extinction, as well as the clan chief that the Advent Sect worships, must also come from some dungeon. The difference is that they can infiltrate our real world. He trembled, this Advent Sect is truly terrifying, not only do they have connections with foreign tribes, but they can also ally with NPCs in the dungeons. I absolutely cannot get involved with the Advent Sect in reality, or I would die 1,000 times over. Then he regained his composure. However, the Advent Sect is also a good place to grind for experience. With this pill refining technique, sooner or later I will cultivate a top-grade golden elixir. He envisioned the powerful image of the old ancestor. Su Qing couldn't hide his excitement. When the time comes, challenging a yuaning old ancestor across realms will no longer be a dream. Based on the intel provided by Elder Ing, the second half of the Chang Chun technique is very likely in the hands of the fanatic faction. That means in this simulation, I must draw the attention of Protector Zone. With that, he pressed the button to start the simulation. The system chimed, beginning blue talent draw. Su Qing calculated, the Tarot Society is already on track, I'm no longer short on energy points. The system sounded again, congratulations, you have obtained a blue talent, innate divine power. Your strength far surpasses that of an ordinary person, you possess exceptional talent in physical cultivation and body refinement. Su Qing was pleased. A body refinement type talent, nice, very nice. With this, I'm not just a golden elixir stage cultivator, I might even be able to cultivate body refinement and break through to the seal refining realm. The system continued describing the situation, you have a clear goal in this simulation. You and Wang Qin Quan both drop out of school and join the Advent Sect together. Just like in the previous simulation, you join the Advent Sect, and your pill refining ability astonishes Elder Ing. He opens the back door for you, securing a large amount of top-tier medicinal materials on your behalf. Because of that, you were able to refine top-grade pills even faster. You prepared to use the 5-seal pill, the same pill that had blown your body apart and killed you several times before. But with innate divine power, you felt no fear. After swallowing it, Su Qing's entire body throbbed with pain. He couldn't help but sigh inwardly, this 5-seal pill is way too strong. Moments later, his whole body transformed into that of a young man with broad shoulders, a slim waist, and a robust physique. Su Qing's eyes rolled back. I feel like my internal organs are all burning, every cell in my body is splitting apart and reforming. Then his body stepped into another world. The system chimed, you have endured 7 days of this. Around him now was a torrent of cascading waterfalls. His lower body was submerged in the rushing water. He felt around and muttered, I'm not burning anymore. Suddenly, he noticed something. My internal organs feel much tougher than before, and my muscles have grown a lot too. Then Su Qing took out a few more pills. It's still not enough. I need to take advantage of the Advent Sect's resources and ride this momentum to break through to the seal refining realm. He trained with all his strength beneath the waterfall. The system continued to narrate the current situation. Another week passes. The organs in your body seem to have their own lives. You can feel them joyfully breathing. At this moment, Su Qing's eyes widened. He stood up, feeling the fierce energy and strength burning within him. The system reported, on this day, you can sense all the vitality like never before in your body. The strength within you has increased several times. Finally, you have broken through to the seal refining realm. Su Qing returned to reality. He opened a can of drink and gulped it down refreshingly. He praised himself, I've reached the seal refining realm, how far can the peak golden elixir be? This time in the simulation, I must obtain the lower part of the Changchun technique. Returning to the simulation world, the system indicated, after breaking through your strength, others in the sect also took notice, including the zone protector of the fanatic faction. The zone protector spoke, I hope Medicine Elder can concoct some healing pills for us. Su Qing scratched his head, about that. He hesitated internally, if I say I want to exchange for the lower part of the Changchun technique now, would it be like the previous simulation, getting discovered as a cultivator and having my soul extracted? At that moment, the person beside him finally spoke, Zone Protector, Medicine Elder is with me. You invited him to refine pills, shouldn't you have asked me first? Su Qing calculated, with Eldering here, I can't rely on the Zone Protector, the fanatic faction won't trust my loyalty. The matter of obtaining the lower part of the Changchun technique has reached a deadlock, but what's even worse is. Suddenly, he was stunned by the current scene. The Zone Protector has returned to the palace, right? He, covered in blood, replied succinctly, to the death fight. So Su Qing wondered, then where is his stuff? For example, skills like that. Eldering didn't care, at this point, who still cares about such things? Suddenly, he laughed, took off his hood, and said, Su Qing, it seems you've never seen my true face. He blankly asked, true face? Surprisingly, Eldering was a woman of stunning beauty, causing Su Qing to blush fiercely and involuntarily exclaim, this eunuch is so beautiful. At that moment, Eldering grabbed his hand and urged, Su Qing, let's go to the world of the clan chief together. In a month, the clan chief will come here, and by then, all humans will be exterminated. If you want to live, the only way is to transform into a member of the clan chief. Su Qing exclaimed, no, I don't want to become a monster, neither human nor demon. He replied indifferently, I just want to be human. The system reported the situation, on May 23, 2037, in the new era, during the Mid-Autumn Festival, after you rejected Eldering, a giant beast that blotted out the sky appeared. It swallowed the entire Great Xia country in one bite. You died at the age of 37, this simulation has ended. Su Qing returned to reality. He rested his chin on his hand, pondering, Eldering is a woman, but the apocalypse has come sooner, it seems there is still a significant relationship with the Advent Sect. Then, at the reward selection stage, Su Qing raised his hand, I choose innate divine power and the early stage of the seal refining realm. He thought, this world is too dangerous, I should increase my strength first. At that moment, the reward slowly emerged and entered Su Qing's body. He felt, this is the power of the seal-refining realm. His heart raced violently, enveloped in a layer of light like armor for protection. Su Qing widened his eyes and shouted, the soul energy in his body seemed to explode. He joyfully exclaimed, this is the refreshing feeling. Su Qing clenched his fists excitedly, this is the 9th level of the seal-refining realm, just one more level until Yuan Wu. He grabbed his coat and prepared to set off, I need to find a place to test my current strength.